It might not seem like it, and I feel like I shouldn't have, but I'm real excited. Also, hello people, hello. I believe it's Saturday for just about everyone's place. I think. Wait, let me count real quick. If it's almost midnight here, more or less, yeah, I believe it's Saturday for everyone. I hope you guys have been doing well. I hope your day has been okay, because I'm gonna ruin it. Oh god, this game. I've been waiting for this game for quite some time, by the way. I believe it was actually already on itch.io 3 months ago, but I haven't really gotten the opportunity to play it myself. Let's see. Hello, you and Snake Eyes. Dead by Dead. What the fuck does that mean? It means something. Not sure what it is, but I agree. But yes, this is probably right now one of my favorite indie developer out there. His name is James. It's like James, but with a Y instead of a J. I've played a little bit of his games before, most notably Water World, which I believe is free and you could like play right now on itch.io.com. But more or less every single thing this guy does, especially aesthetically, is, I don't know how to really describe it for a fact, but they are all really up my alley. This one probably included. Water World, even aside from the graphic, there's also another thing about his games that has like, that really strikes, strikes a chord with me. It feels like a lot of his games has a really, I don't know how to say it. As far as weird things goes, I feel like I've seen a lot of it. I feel like I've seen everything, but the plot point of James games are something else. Water World specifically. Now I'm kind of like, I'm trying to jog my memory about this, because I might have forgot like bits and pieces of it. But if I recall correctly, you are a pastor slash pseudoscientist, and your entire mission in that game is to go as deep as possible underwater to find the origin of life. You're trying to find the remnant of God by just diving deep down underwater for no reason at all. You have like gospel music in your submarine. I don't know. Everything he makes is weird, but it's my kind of weird. Dandy, what the hell is this? Good question. Do you know Build a Bear? Do you know Make a Mummy? It's one of those, but with grandpas. If you don't know what's a Make a Mummy, I don't think I could help you with that. But yes, before we start, little bit of a warning. The game will obviously have some, it will have a lot. I think calling it some is being generous. It's gonna have a lot of body horror and maybe just a little bit of more conventional gore. So if you don't like that, if you don't like Cronenberg films, Cronenberg, The Fly, if you don't like The Fly, if you don't like Videodrome, you might want to look away. But don't look away. That means you're not looking at me. Anyhow, there's also another thing that I should probably put on screen. Gore is one thing, nobody cares about them, but there is also a photosensitive warning at the beginning of the game that you guys could not exactly see right now, which I will probably put on my stream. Give me a bit. How do you usually word photosensitive warning? Flashing lights alert? No. Photosensitive epilepsy warning? I'm not sure. Grav! Yo! I'd like to act surprised, but we've talked about this off stream. Thank you so much, though, still. I will definitely try my best. No, I will. 100% make use of that money to buy DNF Duel. 100%, I will. Thank you so much, though. Thank you so much. I can finally play that funny game. Thanks a whole lot, Graph. Photo. I'm still thinking. Wait, I'm still thinking. Photo something. Oh, flashing lights warning, I guess. Hold up. I couldn't move the damn thing on my on my screen. Oh no. Oh no. Just just last week was my 2nd year anniversary streaming, and right now OBS is doing something that I don't know what it's doing. I couldn't move that goddamn text box. Give me a bit. I couldn't move anything. Uh-oh. Oh, I know what to do. I'm gonna put it on my title. I'm so smart. Danny, you're so smart. Holy shit, big brain. Big brain. Yeah. Every single one on my stream will always be discovered. Also, I hope you guys have been enjoying the music. The bells and chimes, the ding-dongs. Because I've been listening to this for the past 20 minutes trying to set things up. Alright. Flashing lights warning. Yeah! I have glasses. Also, hello Duskio and Hen. And Graph too, right. But yeah, I have glasses. I don't use it too often. I usually use this whenever I play games that requires a little bit more reading. This included. Alright, hopefully it's already on the title. And let's grow my grandpa. All you people, this is gonna be like, I would assume 1 or maybe 2 hours ride. I'm not sure how long the game could be. It's probably gonna be a little bit longer than most games game. So, give or take, at least a little bit over 40 minutes. I think it's gonna be under 2 hours still. You are on a front row seat to the majestic land, the majestic world of Grandpa Gardening. So sit tight, get some popcorns, and let's try to enjoy this. Yeah, sure. Please read. The game is designed to be played with a mouse. The input required of you is based around clicking the mouse buttons. I got it. Only when pointing indicated by the extended index finger can you, the player, interact with certain menu buttons and prompts. Please click below in the pointing mode to continue. What other modes is there? Pointing mode. Grabbing mode? Talking mode. The second cursor mode is indicated by the cursor's image featuring a hand extending all fingers, so the grabbing mode. This mode concerns interacting with objects inside the world, mainly picking up an object and moving it into another position. To continue, please pick up the piece of trash on the right. By pressing right click, you uncurl your hand. Is this a point and click game? It is a game, that's all I could say. You point and click. Would I call it a point and click game? We shall see. That's it. There will be many situations in growing my grandpa that will require you to pick things up, place things, grab things, or give things. Don't be afraid to experiment and keep an open mind about using your hand. Please click the button below to continue. In order to expedite the cleaning process, you can use digits 1, 2, and 3 on your keyboard's number row. To reposition the... I see. I could switch my trash can around. A variety of video options. Okay, this one I know. If at any given point, the wiggly, the swirling effects on the game is a little bit too too distracting for you guys, do tell me, because I could change that. Like this swirly text things, if this becomes too much, which personally it hasn't been too much, you could just tell me. I'm gonna make it a little bit more normal. Oh, there's also just like an overlay. Got you. I bet Dandy is an expert at using his hand to a degree. And thus ends the tutorial. I hope you enjoy growing my grandpa. I don't like that title because it sounds like I'm growing their grandpa, not mine. It's my grandpa, not yours. Infinite thanks to my patrons and supporters for believing in me and my work. Yames. Do check their game out. Is there where the bottom is what? Is there where the bottom are? Oh, is this where the bottoms are? Me. I'm a bottom. That's a joke. I get it. Yes. Week 1. Ooh. It's such a simple thing, but I love that animation of the paper just going down. I excused Adrienne during music class today and spoke with her about her recent string of demerits. It was our first time meeting outside of our quarterly. Oh wait, hold up. How's the audio? Is the game too loud? Am I too loud? Am I not loud enough? Is the game not loud enough? It's a little bit annoying, but I gotta make sure. Outside of our quarterly evaluations, and I believe it went well, I can certainly understand Mrs. Richardson's classroom's observations concerning Adrienne's emotional state. She was, of course, intensely shy when we first met. As I understand it, she is similarly withdrawn in her classroom activities and only speaks or acts when she absolutely must. Something she simply will not do. Instead of participating in mandatory group activities, she will sit alone and accept that she will receive a demerit. Before the meeting, I read Mrs. Richardson's parent-teacher report, which allowed me to estimate some about Adrienne's home life. The parents are well educated and come from a prestigious background, but they lack time to properly nurture Adrienne. She is often alone, and when she is not, the parent seems to not understand the importance of warmth and affirmation when dealing with someone so young. So these Adrienne's parents, I assume that's me, seems to be not home or just more or less absent from her life. Having two parents of this reserve and icy temperament exacts an inhibition in a child. The child's imagination is subdued, but only ostensibly, for it eventually finds its way into regular life. I surmise that I would be able to reach out to Adrienne by way of make-believe. You look fucking you look dead, buddy. Oh my god. Is that Adrienne? Holy shit. She looks like the corpse in Lake Mungo. Oh my god. You're so small though, so I could kind of like guess that you're supposed to be a child, demon child. I don't know. Maybe she's just shy. How are you liking your new house? You've told me you used to live close by, but it still can be a big adjustment. A new room, a new school, and the basement. I like that. The basement. Yeah, well, there's a lot of cool stuff. Mom and Dad sent me down there. Your mom and Dad made you go. Danny, I must say that your voice give Daddy. Do not say that in front of me ever again. No. Is that a compliment? I don't know. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Maybe. Did Yamazo never heard me ever? Is this like is this like the first time he heard of my voice? Could be. Yeah, but there's lots of cool stuff. Well, that's not why they sent me down there though. Why did they send you down there? Fighting. They were fighting, shouting. I came in to help and they shouted at me. They said, go clean up downstairs, so I went. That sounds, it sounds tough. Do they fight a lot? No, well, it's alright, Adrian. Maybe you can tell me more about the basement instead. Oh, okay. Well, it was weird at first. The stuff down there, but cool. I found something living. Well, sort of. Well, that's very interesting, Adrian. Please tell me more. By indulging her in her fantasies and stories, I was able to glean more of an understanding of Adrian's anxiety surrounding her home and parents. The symbols of Adrian's story seems to carry their own traumatic weight, and her exploration of the basement may very well be a vehicle for the conveyance of her anxiety. Whatever might come of our next meeting, whether she will engage in similar make-believe, I will set down her story here. Adrian's story begins with her delving into the basement with a trash receptacle and the goal of cleaning up. She discovered one of the walls was covered in plastic bags. She went to investigate, intent on tearing away whatever they covered. Oh, that's good. I love that. He has one cutscene. Okay. Oh, okay. We're just tidying the basement. Upon removing the plastic trash bags from the wall, she noticed their interior lining was covered in glass. Like a window, I offered. No, she said, like a mirror. Reflecting inward towards an animal they covered. Ooh. This is some very interesting writing. I know like Yames is pretty, as far as I'm concerned, eloquent in their writing, and this is really approving that statement. Hello, we with Coffee and Eddie, Granddaddy. No, do not separate the two. Is this a place where we grow our old man? Correct. Correct, this is a place. This is the Grandpa Garden. This is, for the most part, a fertile soil. I gently asked her what exactly this animal was. Here is where the material reality of the story took a turn for the explicitly fantastic and imaginary. Upon her discovery of it, at her gaze, it grew, or extended. Its shaggy-haired self, hair like the fur of a dog, I have heard. No, she said. Not the fur of a dog, nor the hair on her head. It grew out towards her, the animal's hair reaching out. It was hard, standing almost straight, like the hair on a brush. A bristle, I offered. Yes, she said. She was very afraid at first, but then very curious. I asked her what else was in the room. More things hidden away, she said. Things of Grandpa's as well. First, she found a hidden passage under the stairs. Inside were strange dolls, magic objects, naked, faceless figures. I heard his cryptic utterances and merely nodded. In order to keep the game of make-believe going, I only pressed for details where I thought necessary. My Wi-Fi died. Sorry, can't stay long. Got my train. It's okay. Thank you for visiting by anyway. Have a good the rest of your night. The faceless dolls could be a simple metaphor for the anonymity she feels in her own home. The hidden passage. I am unsure of what to make of that. The revealing of the concealed seems to be thematic in her fantasy. The door under the stairs is but one example. What is that? Alright, we might want. This is something. A little. What does it looks like? It looks like, I don't know what these are called in English. Bulu babi. Oh, sea urchin. Right, sea urchin. It kind of looks like a lot of sea urchin. What's their, what's Japanese for sea urchin? Is it uni? I believe it's uni. Oh, this is, I think this is the passage. Right? Once she removed the panel and found a magical hidden passage, she was very specific about what she took. No, uni with an N, not umi. She found a magic book, a magic doll, a photo of her late grandpa, and magic glue. This is a lot of trash. Oh! I got a little note with me. I got a glue, magic glue, excuse me. It's not just any glue, it's magic glue. The magic glue. All clean. This space will not be dirty again until next week. Why will it be dirty next week? Grandpa! A photo of your late grandfather. MN-PhD? I don't know what does that mean. Mr. PhD. On the reverse side of the photograph, there is more text. Good luck on your trip to the Urals. Stay warm. He's dead. Glue! All-purpose glue. Oh, it's not okay, it's not magic glue. It's just glue. This is something. Eurasian steppe, shamanism, and the fusiform gyrus, an interdisciplinary study in sympathetic magic. A dissertation, Jacob Hart. Oh, that sounds very kind as far as like black magic goes. Sympathetic magic. I like the sound of that. The impetus of this research was the recognition of a particular pattern in fragments of documents relating to magic and magical religious practice. I know what does impetus mean, by the way. Finally, like a hard word I understand. Numerous sources were drawn from commentaries on laws relating to the banning of sorcery and necromancy, compilations of folk charms relating to love spells, hieroglyphs of saints and their encounters with devils. The list spans many centuries and a great distance from the Levant to the Khazar Khaganate to the border of the modern nation-states of Russia and Kazakhstan today. This is very interesting. From this paper trail arose a consistent account about a certain form of magic relating to the binding of demons to a sorcerer's will. A demon called the Heaven of Needles, or the Angel of Needles, was known to be kept best by shamanic keepers or wards who suffer from face blindness. Oh, okay. Whether by birth or through developmental causes like a stroke or head injury. It was known to be extremely effective but terribly dangerous. So much so that it became outlawed several times and was generally a popular scapegoat relating to unexpected death. This nexus of magical religious meaning-making, sorcery regarding human-related desires, and the history and science of neurological disorders related to the fusiform gyrus is where the subject of this dissertation will reside. I will outline further and then analyze the historical sources I mentioned previously. Then I will go into the neurology of mystic and magical religious experiences. This is a lot of words. After that, I will detail my ongoing correspondence with a resident of the Ural Mountain region who is an expert folklorist and keeper of traditions he claims have been passed down through his extended family for generations. At least it's clean now. A slouching doll. Its material is rough and coarse. I interrupted to ask what she did with these magical, mysterious materials. Except the glue, it's just a glue. Grow grandpa, she explained plainly. And then without missing a beat, she continued on with her story. Feeling this was a potent symbol, I stopped her again to ask what she meant. Somewhat puzzled, I did not understand immediately. She explained slowly. Grandpa lived in a cage in the other room, the cage behind the door. They grew people in the cage. No, that's the closet. Huh. 4. The symbol's exposure to some of our neuronal activity is unavoidable. However, the speed at which its desired yield is produced can be dampened by several precautions regarding libidinal and emotional urges. Keep conversation not related to lab work to a minimum. If you begin to suspect you are developing attachments to your colleagues, contact me as soon as possible. A hastily written note. I have repeatedly called your homes to no avail, and so I am forced to leave this here for you all. I found William sitting in the corner of the enclosure area, seeming severely concussed. Whiskers was gone. No, that's a cat, isn't it? Oh no. In none of its usual hiding places. I immediately suspected the worst. The project test must be suspended for now. I am lifting up the usual mirrored coverings we used to keep the anthropoidic void sealed. I have done my best to lock up everything on such short notice. It is a hasty fix, but it will require some time to find a more permanent remedy. I am honestly hoping you do not find this note as I intend to lock the house down too. I intend to race up to you to retrieve your locksbox keys. Do not worry about William's key. It and the rest of his equipment is almost certainly deep within Wishcurse now. I pray you do not... that's not a cat, man. Huh. I pray you do not enter this room. No matter how it may appear, William cannot be helped, and is only being kept alive as a means of continuing predation on the rest of us. I see. I will say once again, no matter what state you might encounter William in, he cannot be helped. I have sympathy for the young man, I truly do. But I found on his person several photos of his late sister, which would imply certain risks he knew he was taking. Our extant research materials have now become possible liabilities, either criminal or professional in nature, so I have stashed them away. I believe I let you all know how I might do this if we were ever to experience an event such as this. I hope you will remember what I told you. So long then, Dr. H. Well, knock knock. Beyond the door in the room, the cage was hidden, concealed in another cloak of inward-facing mirrors. Oh, this animation is so nice. A hidden cage lined with mirrors. It is strange, almost poetic. The elaborate fantasy of self-reflection, concealment, captivity. Oh, these are duct tapes. This is a big tarp and these are duct tapes, I think. In the cage, she finally cast her spell. But it was confusing. She couldn't find it at first. She took the magic doll, the magic glue, and the photo of her grandpa. And she combined them and she wished very hard. I can only assume in this fantasy that next her wish would come true. And what child's story would it not? We have to assemble grandpa now. Let me drink. This has been a lot and we just started. Okay. Um Particular human representation, generic human figure. I don't want I want things that's not generic. Okay. Okay, no. Okay. Representation of grandpa. So this is probably the doll right here. Glue together. Holy shit, it's grandpa. It's like he's back here with us. Holy shit. A tangible symbol of intention and desire. She put grandpa in the cage, assuming that was part of the ritual. She was not clear on how it worked. What precise instructions she could glean from her grandfather's magic book was complicated by her reading comprehension. She wished with all her heart, and then she told me she waited a while for something, anything, to happen, and after that time she began to cry. I cried really hard, she said. I wanted Grandpa to be back. I wanted my parents to stop being so mean. Grandpa will grow and kill the parents. I spoiled the ending. We could end the stream now, but I'd like to see how exactly this occurs. And it hurt me. It hurt me wish for Grandpa to come back, for my parents to be different. It hurt me wish for Grandpa to come back, for my parents to be different. I could feel it through the walls and it filled me to the air. I asked her what exactly she meant. She could only repeat what she said. By this time, lunch was almost over. I said goodbye to Adrienne and she left to rejoin her class. I was left to consider our conversation. I believe the storytelling strategy I have employed was not unfruitful, but I must probe deeper if I can. Although I can be sure of nothing I interpret, the impressions I get may begin to help me get an idea of the right questions to ask. Knowledge you acquire this week has given you access to certain topics or keywords you can discuss with Grandpa. You have gained a conversation topic, Wish. That is a site in which you could buy a lot of very cheap items that I think are kind of randomly picked. You pick a keyword, and then with the amount of money you put into it, they'll send you a random thing that vaguely resembles your keyword. I think I could be mistaken. I've never used this site. Consider discussing this when Grandpa emerges. God, imagine like in your party, and instead of saying, imagine having like a family party, and instead of saying, "Oh, I think Grandpa woke up," you just Grandpa emerges. You have also gained the following keyword: shell. Okay, cool. Week 2. How many weeks is this? I'm gonna assume 1 month, so give or take 4 weeks. Let me drink. This is a lot of reading, so excuse me. I don't exactly have the strongest throat. I met again with Adrienne in order to address her emotional outbursts in the past few weeks. It is our second time meeting, and while it is standard practice to have multiple sessions with a troubled student, as I assemble a report for the counseling department, I could not help but think, as we sat down in my office, that Adrienne already seemed to show a remarkable change in self-esteem and confidence, and perhaps my and Mrs. Richardson's estimation of her as emotionally disturbed was erroneous. The paralyzing shyness and withdrawn attitude Adrienne possessed last week was not entirely diminished, but she seemed to hold herself differently this week. However, this only lasted as long as our conversation pertained to initial introductory pleasantries. When I began once again asking about her parents, her feelings regarding her new school and her new home, she quickly lost what new confidence she had gathered up and withdrew again into herself. So once again, I partook in some collaborative make-believe, but this time I was aided by the fact that I had managed to do some research into Adrienne's grandfather, and I had some insight into what she might actually be finding in the basement. Now, this may be overstepping my bounds some as a school counseling caseworker, but this was all in the surface of making Adrienne comfortable and happy in this learning environment. Grandpa emerges ready to throw some hands. In any case, I was able to dig up information regarding the grandfather by inquiring at the university in town. Not that I make it a habit of sleuthing, but I had a suspicion that grandfather was a professor there, or at least some sort of researcher, due to the fact that the newly constructed laboratory on the campus I drive by every day bears his name in memorial. He was some sort of an anthropologist, or linguist, or neuroscientist. I did not have to dig that deep before the scope of his work became dizzying, and I ran up against the limits of my undergraduate education. But back to make-believe. You still look ugly. My goodness, that scared me a little. What is your grandpa like? Is he a smart man? Not anymore. But I'm teaching him. So he's grown a good deal then. You have been feeding him well? Yeah, he is getting bigger. But he has a lot of room in his cage. He's still behind the bars? Yeah, well, he might be able to climb out eventually. There's this vent in the sea. Oh, that's concerning. Well, perhaps if he climbs out, I could meet him someday. Yeah, maybe. But he's not ready to leave. He cannot take care of himself. I have to feed him, pick up after him. Ah, you store the food in your lunchbox. That's nice of you to share. He can almost talk. You cannot speak with him. He doesn't have a mouth. Sort of. But how do you feed him? He has a mouth on the outside, on his shell, or the stuff that is his skin. I'm a little confused. Maybe you can go through a typical day with your grandpa? Um, okay. I asked her to explain how exactly she goes about growing her grandpa, and Adrienne began another tale. According to Adrienne, in the week that had passed, much had changed in the basement. It looks okay. I have to see grandpa first. Gotcha. Hello, Pop Pop. How are you doing? Wait, grandpa. I don't know if I wanna do that. I guess I should. It was scary at first, she said. The way he moved, the way the doll's skin covered him. I wanted to interject. This somehow seemed inappropriate, but I kept listening. When I look at him, she continued, when I think about him, he grows and moves. It's like he is growing for me. So he's growing bigger now? I asked. Yes, she said. Bigger every day. Hello, Grandpa. This begins the actual growing part of growing your grandpa. Oh, this is okay, this is Yames. This is like the gameplay. This begins the actual growing part of growing your grandpa. Beneath the doll's burlap skin, the follicles knit together what resembles a proper person, your grandpa. You are in charge of its cognitive development and diet until it is able to sustain itself. Currently, you are observing Grandpa. Please click the arrow back button below for a brief tutorial of your duties as a caretaker. I wanna leave. Oh my god. Okay. Sup, Grandpa? It's not what I remembered Grandpa to look like. Here we can see a variety of options regarding growing your grandpa. Highlighted in red are objective related to feeding, and this is a lot of tutorials. Dennis, seriously, what it says is growing my... What part of this do you not understand? Look at the game's title. Look at what I'm doing. Bada bing, bada boom. Put the two together. Grandpa is in the basement. I'm growing him. It's easy. Not rocket science. You will need to find it food and learning material before you can move on to the next week. Some foods will make Grandpa happy, others merely content. Some food will make Grandpa disgusted to the point of nausea. Learning material is also scattered throughout the basement. Seek out vocabulary cards intended to help teach English and basic anthropoidic concept formation. Okay. Accessing the study corner will let you go over any documents you pick up as the weeks go by. I see. So study corner is like a little bit of an encyclopedia, or like a list of all the notes I've picked up. Search for food in the old refrigerator and prepare food for Grandpa. I see. Save, huh? I wonder if you could die. One final note. Take care to explore the basement at your leisure. However, due to the entropic nature of clutter and trash, different weeks may allow you to find things you had not previously discovered. Good luck! I'm gonna grow my grandpa. Well and nice. Hopefully. The darkness of the shadowy corner unnerve you. You cannot explore here without some form of like. I see. So we have to search of words to teach Grandpa, and two kind of food at least. This is a lot of things. Oh, this is actual gameplay now. Cool. The hairy thing that was here before is gone. It's probably inside Grandpa now. I see. Okay, I see. So, outside of the cage room... no, I don't want to exit. Right here, we are looking for materials. Food or study things. Alright, this is a lot of trash. Grandpa is a... well, was a filthy individual. Your basement is filled with rubbish. Ooh, berries! Blueberries, it looks edible. Grandpa might like this. He would love that. What is that? Oh, it's hopefully that's dolls. I hope. I sure hope these are mannequin parts and nothing else. Before we began, oh okay, I'm just gonna, okay. Before we began, he had us all cover our faces completely. An earthenware pot was and on the inside, as we stole brief glances at it, we could see the interior was inlaid with mirrors. The gave it small pieces of dough, spoiled food, chicken feet, keeping it content. The keeper gestured towards the small bag where the food composed and told us to be careful not to feed it any meat. I asked if the rotting food was enough to sustain it, how it might get nutrients from it. Oh, they could get a taste for meat, I think. The keeper regarded me seriously and said it did not matter what it was fed. The act of feeding itself was what mattered. The act of feeding flesh is another act, however. He then gave me another series of grave warnings regarding not keeping any animal-derived foods near where I might be keeping it. I see. So, blueberries are okay. It's not flesh and it's not animal-derived. Got it. Oh, it's a safe. It's a safety. Safe turtle. Safety. 1951. Alright, let's search this trash pile. What is that? That's like a charm, I think. Some kind of a paper doll? It would make sense. I think Grandpa did study a lot of like religious thing. This might be useful in the construction of magic symbols. Yoink, I'll take it. A lot of the gameplay is me cleaning things. Is that a beef jerky? Fiberglass insulation. This is not really food. Grandpa might eat it, however. It's kinda how I sound at like the end of the month. Mostly I still eat food, but sometimes I eat parts of food rather than like a whole meal. Ooh, what's this? A folder full of radiographic images. I can read it later, not right now. Got you. Bulbous growth. I'll go to the trash pile first. We'll go one by one on all these point of curiosities. But we'll go with ones we are more familiar with first, which is heap of trash right now. Corroded battery. Linguistic module. Hello. Oh, I can teach Grandpa this, I think. Yeah, I could do that. Something appears to be growing from the wall. You take a closer look. Oh my god. A pulsating sac. The slimy membrane that is its skin seems to contain something. It might be able to be opened with a blade. I'll have to find a blade then. That battery belongs in the ocean, not in Grandpa. No, that's a car battery. This is just a regular battery. This belongs in Grandpa. No questions asked. Right, Grandpa, we didn't find too much things today, sadly. I think blueberries are fine. Let's cook something. Like, I'm gonna try to read that thing first. I believe it's this. What is this? Oh, it's things that's already in the study corner. Oh, I see it. Okay, okay, okay. So even in the cage room, we still have these segments of finding things. What is that? Chain? Sausage? Pretzels? It does not look like pretzels. All clean. Oh, cashews. Grandpa might like this. Okay, read now. It was said to pass from one family of steppe people to another, but pressed on its ultimate origin, somewhere to the south. Coiled in a bowl covered in incantations, buried upside down by a graveyard. A common late antiquity, a demon trap. The keeper, an elderly man in failing health, was ready to expound on and on about the dangers of the organism, but when I asked more pointed questions about the history of its acquisition, I was given curt responses that had a way of circling back to fake warnings. I see. So this organism is like an actual thing. It's like something that they found lying somewhere and just brought here, it seems. Now we gotta find more food for Grandpa, but more importantly, we have to find one more word to teach Grandpa that isn't just a lame hello. Wow, so 1960, 1920. Outdated language. It is 2022. We say things like hello hot cock, not just hello. Grandpa. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Good, good. We get to teach him his name. I am just digging through. Ooh, blade? No, it's just trash. Bummer. Oh, there is nothing here. Just a lot of trash. Okay, there's something here. Bam! There's nothing. Bam! There is nothing. Ooh, you remove the tape down the fabric to reveal the cabinet's wooden bottom. Ooh, hidden things. A note regarding cleanup procedures. To my colleague, I don't mean to be overly severe in tone, but Dr. Hart's work is very important and the material we are working with is potentially very dangerous. I will be handing out a copy of this note as a reminder to everyone. I am not trying to single any particular person out. We all have misconceptions about the nature of this project from time to time. With that out of the way, here are some things to keep in mind. 1. The active growth must be thoroughly terminated via the correct procedures at the very least 4 weeks after the dormancy is interrupted. 4 weeks, okay. So this is the second week now. It doesn't matter what you've done or haven't done regarding tests or procedures or how much the anthropodoic vacuum has been disrupted. We are not ready to go beyond 4 weeks at this point. A step-by-step guide to termination has been posted by enclosure wall. Please, please, please do not place the educational posters over this posting. Okay, they definitely put the educational posters over that thing. 2. Do not disrupt the anthropoidic vacuum without Dr. Hart's prior consultation and approval. In case of any emergency where the vacuum is disrupted, put on your equipment and begin the lockdown procedure. Make an extensive note of when and how the breach occurred. If you find the habitat empty, page Dr. Hart immediately, but do not attempt to speak with anyone else. This thing can get very smart. I'm sure you're all well aware from the stories we've heard on our acquisition trip. The greatest caution should be used when dealing with a potential aggressive mimicry aggressive mimicry scenario. Please seek me out if you have any more questions. Will I am. You have gained the conversation topic biohazard bin. Hey grandpa, let's talk about biohazard bin today. Oh, I forgot to read that. Shit, fuck. Exoskeleton. Okay, take note. Each growth from a cycle does not require a shell, but you may find the sample will often try and seize on something somewhat flexible. It can grow into, along with any desirous yield it may generate, generate. All else it will move from one shell to the next as it outgrows them. In a small amount of time I have spent with it in preparation, I have noticed it tends towards human forms. However, we should keep a tight lid on the anthropoidic seal in order to be cautious before we begin to experiment with exposing it long-term to anthropoid stimuli. Anthropoid. I feel like I need to know what does anthropoid mean. Anthropoid. Assuming that's a real word, at least. It kinda sounds like it. There is something behind this. Hello. One, the researchers will seal off the enclosure bars ensuring minimal gas leakage during the latter fumigating process and then retrieve the burn barrel and place it near the enclosure. Allow at least 48 hours of time where the current growth cycle experiences no human-related stimuli. Do not enter the enclosure area nor any part of the basement. Ideally, you will not be on the grounds at all. I see. After 48 hours, the researchers will enter the basement wearing their assigned mirror mask, mirror apron, and powered air purifying respirator. Oh, I get it, dude. This whole mirror thing is here, so this creature that we're gonna call our grandpa for now doesn't see the figure like of the researchers. It's there so it could only look at itself, not at any other individual or any other living creature because of the potential of that entire, what you call it, aggressive mimicry. I see. Re-enter the enclosure area wearing your assigned mirror mask and aprons. The organism. Oh, what's that? What is that? Was that? Mary, hello! 24 months! That is indeed 2 years of me. Thank you so much. Look at all that. Oh, look at all those emotes. Isn't that nice? Thank you. Thank you so much for the continuous support. Do use the emote as you see fit. And I hope you enjoyed it. I work slightly hard on that. The organism blah 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 dormancy. If it is not in full dormancy, be sure that its capacity to act against you will be greatly diminished. With your assigned power drills, quickly remove any enclosure bars needed to access the organism. Put them aside for later reinstallation. Put the organism into the burn barrel, incinerate the organism thoroughly. Turn off the fans. One researchers will retrieve the nucleus from the. How do you do that? You just take a nucleus from an entire pile of ash. Ooh, the bin is locked for safety purposes. The code is 323245. Got it. Oh, this is the images I see. Okay, propagation, day 19 after dormancy. Antfacum, broken, yes. Terminated at 21 days. A participant entered a sealed chamber adjacent to Whiskers. Oh my god, the thing, oh, the organism name is Whiskers. That is adorable. Which had been freed from the anthropoidic vacuum. Oh, this is like a vessel, so it couldn't mimic anyone. Okay. Constructed quite economically from plastic and broken mirrors, the first propagation's original earthenware vacuum was shattered during the move-in. Oh, these are some goofy klutz researchers. Between the two, there was a semi-opaque glass panel that allowed observation both ways. The human participant was asked to think of someone in the popular consciousness, fictional or no, and cogitate on their image, personality, face if possible, voice if possible, etc. Our participant chose Jesus of Nazareth, and with weekly repeated exposures to the participants' imaginings, propagation 21 began forming what resembled an anthropoid Nazarene in the fold of its spine. Okay. Previous human-oriented tests have always bore out a result that Whiskers would form an anthropoid team member, be it me or Dr. Hart or Gerald, and we assume that it was merely mimicking one of us. Dr. Hart has always contended the desirous yield, or the anthropoid reproduction Whiskers creates when in contact with human beings, has always been based on the conception and relation to the person through someone else. With its framework, the desirous, I guess, yield is not actually a replica of a person, or if it is only a replica of the fiction of a person generated in the mind of another. What's a Nazarene? Is Jesus like growing on the back of his skull? Oh, there's a lot of these. Day 0 after dormancy. Okay, we cannot see anything just yet. Day 14 after dormancy. It's also not sure what this is, but it slowly became this. Someone from Nazareth, I see. Oh, the music starts when I turn on this thing. Alright, that's it. Time to feed Grandpa. Or at least attempt to feed Grandpa. Les touches. Banan. These are all not animal derived. These are all not flesh. So we should be Gucci. Soft fruit or vegetable? Banan. No! I wanna feed him good things. Where's the blueberry? Why is it only banana? Yeah, fine. Grandpa would love battery and banana oatmeal. The battery is concealed in the browning banana flesh. Why? Yo, what's up, Grandpa? Grandpa seems sort of sluggish and bored. You get a feeling it may be more content and readily cooperative once fed and taught a word or two. Right, Grandpa. Let's talk about English. I know, a shame, but we kinda have to. This is like one of the 3 most commonly used language on planet Earth. So, alright, vocabulary card. Hell. The brief tutorial will go over teaching Grandpa pronunciation and vocalization. Okay. A pentagon that is divided up into 8 sections. Briefly highlighted. A notification sound will play and soon another section will be highlighted. The goal is to keep your icon over the highlighted area and move it as the area changes section. It sounds easy. It's like Simon Says. After every letter becomes read, Grandpa will proudly pronounce a word to you and it will be considered learn. Yes. You approach the small window. Hello, Grandpa. Let's talk about words. You got it, Grandpa. Go, Grandpa. Go, Grandpa. Hello. Go, Grandpa. You almost got it. You almost got it. You're so close now, Grandpa. You got it. You got it, Grandpa. You almost got it. You almost sound like an actual British person. You got this. I believe in you. Very close now. Deep within Grandpa, strange membranes. Fun. Yeah, you could do better, but we'll take it for now. It's fine. Having completed the lesson, you take a look at the back of the vocabulary module. Oh, okay. We are already encountering some difficulty as Whisker's subjectivity is so much determined by a diverse and dynamic array of influences. It attempts to mimic the thoughts and desires it passively intercepts, and these imitations go on to structure the basis of its identity. Only later in Whisker's growth cycle does it begin to form an identity, or identities, that are coherent and capable of resembling a sane, rational human being when engaged in conversation. One must imagine how hard it would be to converse with someone who is not yet oriented in one particular way towards who or how they are, because they might have 20 different honest answers to those questions, all of them mixed and muddled together. I see. Because of this, we have started with the basics of conversation: greetings, paintings, identifying one another, forming questions, H. It is fortunate Whisker's current growth, day 19 I believe, has developed a mostly accurate human mouth simulation. Hello was a bit of a challenge in previous growth as it had failed to develop an adequate organ to act as a human tongue. So this thing has been grown again and again and again. Burn and then made new. It's funny, it's really funny. Alright, for being able to relatively say hello, we're gonna give him a little bit of a treat. Oh, Grandpa's just sitting there. Oh, it looks way cooler here. Nowhere near as grotesque as I imagine. This brief tutorial will go over the basics of feeding Grandpa. Via induction of your unprotected insula, Grandpa has simulated the production of tooth enamel to mimic a human mouth. It will need to be fed through this in order to properly learn and grow. Okay. Nice food, bad food. Doing so will fill your hand with this item. Note that any food can be put back into the lunchbox by clicking on the lunchbox with a full hand. Before Grandpa can be fed, it must judge the food by smell. Hover your hand above Grandpa's olfactory bulbs. If Grandpa is pleased, it will allow you to feed it. Most foods Grandpa will accept. However, getting Grandpa to consume other things requires some culinary deception. Grandpa will then consume the food. Good luck on feeding Grandpa. The researchers had so many specific steps and precautions, but you're just a little bloke messing around. Here's food. Because this, I don't know. Oh, okay. I feel like from the perception of the players, it all makes a little bit more sense. But in actuality, the actual person feeding the Grandpa here is like 5 years old. Probably couldn't follow most of the instructions there. I could, but this kid probably couldn't. Alright, Grandpa, who wants some berries? Where the hell is your nostrils? Where the hell is left of his mouth here? Grandpa finds this palatable. Yum yum. Yum 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 yum. The meal appears to have been sufficient. Good. Let's... Grandpa grunts in appreciation and locomotes towards its favorite corner. Feeding summary. I gotta feed it one more time at least. But for now, let's teach you another word. This is your name. Alright, Grandpa, follow my lips, my tongue. Yames Games is of course not very gameplay oriented. But I don't think when your presentation is this amusing, I don't think having the most coherent, most entertaining gameplay is that concerning. Deep within Grandpa, strange membranes phonate confidently. That's kinda good. That's kinda good. I would say that's way better than his pronunciation of hello. We have done several sessions of what we are calling familial relation simulation. I and a co-researcher sit in chairs opposite the enclosure, and we begin to act out a scene, mostly through improvisation, that might roughly resemble a kitchen table conversation between an immediate family. Repeated trials would reveal although our simulated conversation was purposefully fake and unspecific regarding persons and identities, it soon became apparent that the encoded information and associations we unconsciously drawn upon when hearing and speaking these words was being picked up on by Whiskers, and its psi-type field of reception / interpretation of brain / mind events / semantic content. My co-researcher William noticed this in a simulation where Whiskers was given a role as a sister and he as a brother. I was the father. Whiskers began responding to certain prompts with unusual specificity, as well as a general pattern and timbre of speech that continued with unusual consistency. As soon as the simulation ended and we left the enclosure area, William let me know that Whiskers was almost certainly drawing from encoded memories of his late sister, mapping out exactly what regions and centers of neural activity are intercepted by the psi-type field. Okay, so this thing can just take a peek into your brain, or at least it's not your brain in its entirety, but rather what you have been thinking about. So it needs like an active stimuli within your brain for this thing to look and mimic whatever is going on in your neuroimaging process. However, our experiences so far are eerily in line with folk knowledge and folk explanations regarding the being's access to desires, and we can begin to infer it has access to certain portions of the limbic system and the ventral temporal cortex. I don't get it. I'm 5 years old. I'm a 5 years old lady. I'm just growing grandpa. I don't know what neuro is. It's like Jimmy Neuro, the cartoon. What's next? We have to feed him one more time at least. Grandpa, here comes a battery. Open wide. Here comes battery. Yum yum. Although quickly consumed, the meal seems to be causing some indigestion. And with a sudden lurch, Grandpa empties its stomach onto the floor. Oh no, Grandpa. What a shame. What does that mean? Do I have to feed you again? I'm gonna do it again. Because I'm a good boy. Here's lettuce. Oh, you don't like it? Fuck. Okay. No. I want things you like. You don't like fucking anything, do you? You like fiberglass? Damn it. I don't know. Is it enough? Maybe it's enough. Oh, it's disappointed. I feel bad now. I shouldn't. This thing is not human. I feel bad. Let's feed him an actual food. Sorry, Grandpa. I'm just messing with you. Oh, I was just punking you. My bad. Here's chassis. Hopefully this will not make you retch and vomit. Okay, good. Jimmy Neutron. Yes, that's the one. Alright. Grandpa recently emptied its stomach. Explore the basement? The basement? Not like this place? Or the enclosure? There is a lot of things that could kinda happen. Yo! Key! I know something that could be opened with a key. Wait. There was the safe T right here. Ooh, more pics. A photo of your mother as a young woman. I see. The recognition of this face kicks off a cascade of emotions and meaning. Oh no, that thing is gonna turn into my mom. It's not growing my grandpa anymore. Oh god, what will... Oh my god, oh no. What will we... What comes next week? I shouldn't go inside, I think. Let's just leave. I couldn't. I have to go inside to leave. Oh no. Oh no. Grandpa, I hope you did not pick up the fact that I was thinking about my mother earlier. I really like how he's just like sitting down though. Alright, I'm gonna go. You be good. Be a good grandpa. Okay? New conversation topics to discuss with grandpa. Language, that's good. I think grandpa would love talking about language. What's next? Week 3. Mrs. Richards approached me the other day in order to remark on Adrian's development. She noted how much more at ease she appeared when called upon in class or when asked to participate in group exercises. And I told her I had seen this change happening as well, and that as much as I would like to take credit for it, I can only guess dimly at what might be reshaping her attitude. Mrs. Richards posited that it was perhaps Adrian's family moving into their grandfather's property that caused the change. It apparently is out in the country, in a wooded area full of wide open space and far from the bustle and noise of the city. The grandfather, Dr. Jacob Hart, had jointly purchased the land with the university he was employed with and began constructing what he was intending to be a satellite campus for a burgeoning psychological anthropology program. Wow, I should get a medal for saying all those hard words. He had a hand in establishing. Only one building ever ended up being constructed after Dr. Hart died in a car accident when driving back from the property one day. Eerily, almost at the exact same time, a grad student who was assisting Dr. Hart on some sort of project at the property vanished without a trace. I'm gonna assume this is probably William, because I believe he was gone as well. The property sat in disuse for years as it was tied up in legal battles between Dr. Hart's next of kin, the university, the vanished grad student's family, and the other students Dr. Hart was working with. Eventually, the case was settled out of court. Only recently did the property fall into the possession of Adrian's mother. Obviously, I was not going to relay this whole tragic story to Adrienne, who for all I know believed her grandpa to still be living in the basement of his home. Besides, I thought she might already know all of this. Perhaps the elaborate story she was constructing was her own way of escaping the morbid details of a life. Or perhaps life, cut short by the cruel force of fate and the cynical adults who squabbled in the aftermath. Or, his grandpa is growing in her basement? I don't know, quite a simple solution, really. I determine perhaps the storytelling she was and continues to engage in should not be encouraged by me. At least not in the way I went about it before, where I made active inquiries into her strange fantasy of a semi-sentient ball of skin. When I saw Adrienne, I did not bring up her grandpa or ask questions about his growth. Adrienne, however, could not stop talking about it. I had no choice but to weather her bizarre and enthusiastic effusions about her new best friends. Adrienne, maybe we can talk about something else. I'm not sure I'm following you exactly. He's gotten so big. He has so many whiskers that come out and I can see them move around when I think about him. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm so happy Grandpa is back. He's so much cooler than Mom and Dad. Once again, for what it's worth, I have put down the story she told me as best as I could. Adrienne once again told me about growing her grandpa. Week 3. Yeah, I'm still trying to find that one knife. Kiwi! I don't know if it's just me, but whenever I eat kiwi, it gives me the same reaction as when I was eating a pineapple. I think it makes complete sense because both of these fruit have quite an intense acidic content, but whenever I eat kiwi, it kind of stings my tongue a little bit. I fear that if I eat too much kiwi, it will just start bleeding out like I'm eating, what are those called? Warheads. Allergic, really? Is it really? Is it like a like allergy? Is it just not it being acidic or some sort? I do know, however, I have one little, I would assume somewhat of an allergic reaction to commonly eaten food that I thought was normal for the longest. Whenever I eat milk chocolate, my throat would burn. And for the longest, for as long as I live until the past few years, I thought it's just normal. I thought whenever people ate milk chocolate, their throat would suffer as I did. It never came to my I never really realized that people eat milk chocolate a lot, and them being able to eat that without having any annoyance is a little bit perplexing. So I went and asked, hey, if you eat milk chocolate, does your throat burn? No. They just said no. I don't know. I was fully expecting them to say yes, but maybe in varying intensity. But no, I guess it's me. I guess I'm likely allergic to milk chocolate, or maybe chocolate in general. Dandy, hello Laka, hello. We are growing my grandpa. It's hard to. I don't know how to explain this game so far. Can you drink milk? I could. I'm Asian. I feel like I should be able to drink milk. I'm not lactose intolerant. Right? Actually, I don't know. I had assumed that being lactose intolerant is a white people thing, but a quick Google search seems to show that a good chunk of Asians also suffers from at least mild lactose intolerance. Yeah, I think I don't know if it makes sense, but I think more Asians are lactose intolerant, but with way more mild reaction. I think when a lot of my friends in the US centric countries, when they do have lactose intolerance, it resulted in something a little bit more what you call it, violent, coming out, if you get what I'm saying. But a lot of people I know that have like mild lactose intolerance at most will have like an upset stomach. They're gonna have like a little bit of a stomach ache, and that's about it. But some other people I know that isn't around my continent just, for a lack of a better word, they just shit liquid. Since we've been drinking cow's milk for thousands of years, what have I been drinking? That lines up with what some people I know, right? But yeah, I think more Asians will be a little bit uncomfortable drinking milk. But like white people for the most part is gonna be okay, but when they're not okay, they are not okay. Bolded, italic. They will not be okay. That thing comes in liquid, comes out liquid. Wait, I mean, it's milk, it should do that, but whatever, you get what I mean. Water comes in, water should come out, but in the wrong direction. This is disgusting. I'm gonna carry on. I'm literally eating pizza right now. My genes are strong. Oh, cheese, right? Pizza got like cheese in it. But yeah, I've been trying to and explain what this game is all about, especially for people that seems to be that just came here. Especially like Laka and Mary here might not understand what's going on immediately. I've been here since like minute 1 and I still don't really get it. But I think the general consensus of how the story is going right now is that right now we're playing as a little kid, but we are at least originally we are like this kindergarten teacher, and then this one kid was depressed, and then she was doing a lot of misdemeanor. We brought her to our office, and then she starts talking about, yeah, I found this basement. I've been growing my grandpa in it, and then the teacher has just been indulging her and believing her make believe, which may or may not be make believe. And right now it seems that her grandpa is a researcher. Somewhere in the steppe, they found some kind of an earthenware with an organism in it, with a lot of folklore and warnings put like circulating around it. They brought it here into whatever state this could be, put it under the grandpa's house in the basement, and then whatever this thing is, essentially, whenever it is out of its containment, within a span of 4 weeks, if there is any cognitive, if there's any individual or organism with cognitive ability around it, it will kind of, at least whenever these individuals have like stimuli in their brain, say they're thinking about their grandma, they're thinking about something at all, really, and they have like I don't think they have to need a direct eyesight on you, but as long as they're aware you are within his parameter, they will scan whatever you were thinking and try to adjust it into its own growth. So right now, this little lady here is trying to grow this organism to be his late grandpa, essentially. Did she make him in 15 minutes? No. What happened was that she found the organism on another thing. It's like a plastic bag. And then what she did is that she made like a little mold, like a little clay figure. She found it. She found like a little clay doll, and then put her grandpa's photo on its head. So essentially, it's kind of like a little voodoo doll. And then just starts wishing hard for this grandpa to just grow, I guess. I think she had something else in mind with all the magic books that she found belonging to her grandpa. I think her intention was that I wish grandpa is here clutching on that doll, and I think she was expecting something more supernatural, something more spiritual, like, oh, it's a ghost of grandpa past, present, and future, here to talk to you again. You fuck up, do better in school, or something. But what happened is that the organism that was dormant, by the way, it was not alive, is now alive and is now slowly trying to morph into its own perception of her grandpa. How is grandpa going? We'll check on him very soon. Right now, we are cleaning the basement because we are a good girl. I'm a good girl. There might be faces on this drawer, but I'd like to believe these are mannequins and clay dolls. I hope I don't get proven wrong. The worst thing that happened last week was that I checked the bottom drawer and there was a pic of this girl's mother. So long story short, for a few seconds, this girl thought about her mother very intensely. So I'm not really excited to see what grandpa looks like right now. Ugh. I hope he still looks like grandpa. And not my mom. Oh, this is a hard word. Indecision. Alright. We are also tasked to teach grandpa some words that he might understand. We are gonna keep searching the basement. Oh, notes. What's this? Oh, these are the vocabulary cards. Last one was indecision. What could this be? What is that? Potato, potato. Life, that's easy. Potato, potato. Tomato, tomato. Alright, let's meet all Pop-Pops. Let's see what he's doing. Let me save first, however. I'm not particularly excited for this. You look cool, actually. Look at that, Grandpa looks fine. Grandpa's gums are bleeding slightly and its skin seems overly dry. It may need a food pack with vitamin C. A kiwi fruit will be an excellent remedy. I could do that. I have kiwi. So if I understand this correctly, this is a fuck up Tamagotchi. Yes, it's a Tamagotchi with a lot of lore into it. And fuck up. Strawberry! Oh, vitamin C as well. Grandpa would love that. Pears. Random hot take, but I think pears are infinitely better than most apples I know. Could be just me. Except if it's specifically Fuji apples, those are great, one of my favorites. But just about anything else, I would rather eat a pear. We could fill Grandpa with fiberglass insulation if we want to. Do I want to? I kinda do, yeah. Grandpa needs a lot of vitamin C, so thinks he's not gonna vomit out, I'm gonna keep it far away from fiberglass insulation. Potato, however, is fine. It's just carbs. Apples are starchy. Tasting for some reason. Starchy tasting. Really? Isn't that like a word they use for potato? Grandpa, what is you doing in this basement? Why is the trash piling up again? What did you do? Huh? Littering's not good for you. You'll get in troubles, Grandpa. look at this. It's so packed with trash again. What did you do, Grandpa? Also, just in case this game was too short, I actually bought another one of Yame's game. I'm gonna check on how short it is first if I were to plan to stream it after this one, because right now, this is already a lot of reading on my end. Alright, all clean. Nothing here. Nothing new here as well. What now? We are going to... Do I want to feed him something first, or do I want to make him eat something first? Let's make him eat. Let's make him eat the spiked potato. The spiked potato with fiberglass in it. Actually, I could talk to you, could I? No response. Gotcha. Right, Grandpa. This is a potato. Yum yum. Okay, I'm gonna let you eat one good thing, okay? We're gonna start with pears. Indifferent to the smell, but we'll accept this meal. Okay, sufficient. Alright, before I finish all your meal, I'm gonna look at the floor. I'm gonna look at the floor for a bit. Scissor. Oh, there's something I could do with this. Okay. Before we continue, I want to cut the bulbous growth outside, okay? Don't go anywhere. You peer into the small opening created by your incision. In the oily cavity, a powerful smell of rot arises, and many small increate beings lay motionless and dead. However, you just barely hear the near silent slittering of something. Or maybe it is just your imagination. Alright, what are we looking at here? What are these? Drumsticks? Is that a baby? It's like... Is that a face? No, it's not. Oh my, hello! Fleshy thing. Squirming around. Anthropoid Remnant 1. A self-sufficient animal form knit together from years of ambient thoughts left to crawl around the basement. Grandpa may enjoy the flesh. Let's not do that. Little friends, conversation topics. I don't know how good of a topic that is for Grandpa. And Grandpa doesn't really want to talk right now. Alright, Grandpa, time to learn words. Ooh, it's kind of big. Today we are going to learn some relatively difficult words, but I'm sure you'll manage. You're smart, you're a smart guy. Alright, we're gonna start with the hard one first, okay? Always get the hard stuff out of the way first, and then you could deal the easier stuff later. Right now is a word that I don't even think that I could pronounce. Indecision. Indecision. Incision. Go, Grandpa, go, Grandpa, go, Grandpa, go. You got it. Oh, you are... Oh, I see it. It is, it's subtle, but he is learning way faster than he was. At least in terms of the amount of alphabets here. Who's a smart boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a smart individual locked in my basement? That's you! It's Pop Pop. That's really good. That is really good. We're introducing the latest growth of whiskers to more subtle social cues and testing its ability to judge mental states of participants in conversation. The semantic content that flows to whiskers via its psi field is still becoming muddled and slip without distinction into conversation, although our intention of instilling it a solid theory of mind will perhaps make it begin to understand that we do not know what it knows or know what we are. Without our control sending to it. One would think a theory of mind seems to develop as a part of its maturation process. In order to hunt sapient beings, it must be able to deceive them. In order to deceive it, it must be able to make certain metacognitive judgments. For example, if the deception appears to be working or how one ought to be deceived. We may never see it develop a theory of mind anytime soon, as Dr. Hart has disallowed a cycle of whiskers grow to live into the beginnings of maturity. I see. Alright, this one should be easy. Yeah, it is learning so fast now. At least compared to the first week. Life. Okay, that one suck. You said indecision way better than this one. Awake 3 of growth day 24 whiskers appeared to recall some information from a previous growth cycle. We cannot be sure that this was really the case. For all we know, what we interpreted as it recollecting this information was really it drawing semantic content from one of our recollections of it and redeploying it without rationality or contextualization. For the sake of our safety and for the sake of scientific inquiry, we are attempting to draw out from whiskers whether it is somehow retains knowledge from previous cycles in its morpholactic nucleus. We did not think it was possible the nucleus, though complex and incredible in its regenerative ability, was capable of this, and that the nerve network that grew from it made up the piece of Whisker's mind. And so we are now attempting to ask Whiskers, as best as we can, if it has ever died, or what it might remember if it did. Let's feed you and go to the next week. I did notice that the room is slightly more bright now. I wonder what happens. Alright, Grandpa, time for the big meal. Not that one. Let's make you really healthy. This is a strawberry. Yum. Here is a kiwi, if I could find it. You don't like any of these. You really want flesh, do you? Well, you'll have to be okay with this. I am not feeding you a squirming flesh bag. Cool. That's all we gotta do, I think. Save and to the next week. Alright, give or take, I'm gonna guess we have at least two more weeks left. No, at most we have 2 more weeks left. What an interesting game. Generally speaking, this is the absolute limit of the initial growth cycle that Dr. Hart allows his researchers to study the thing. Whiskers, his name. Adrian doesn't know that. Let's see. The time I have to spend compiling an evaluation on Adrian is almost up, and I still cannot say what to make of our changes in mood. It is of course the case that children of Adrian's age are nowhere near finished learning and growing. I may have to simply be happy that Adrian was able to improve her attitude. However, something in the odd and occasionally grotesque stories she continues to bring up to me still strike me as meaningful. How has your week been, Adrian? Grandpa is almost ready. He's almost finished. Well, sort of. Ah, he's almost as big as his shell now. He has a face and can talk pretty well, and almost has legs. I see. As before, I have put down the story she told me as best as I could. Once again, Adrian told me about growing her grandpa. A face, Let's look around the room first. We don't gotta go there immediately. He's got all day. I have all day. Bar soap. He will eat that goddamn thing. I'll keep him clean. Damn it. A face, huh? I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, are there still things in here? Squirming things jump scare? Oh, no, there's nothing here, like right now. I swear to God, this kinda looks like a little baby head. Not a big fan. Oh, let's not do that. Let's not. I don't know. Do I wanna? We can make mom too. I don't know if I wanna do that. Let's stick with grandpa for now. Yeah? We'll make mom another day. You know, I was joking about make a mommy, but I guess the game was not joking. Fine. You know, say build a twink at the like at the start. If the game is gonna like answer all my wishes, might as well say that one. That is a vocabulary card. I'm expecting a harder word today. Meaning, oh Jesus, okay. That's the beginning of Full Metal Alchemist. I have to admit, as much as I don't want to, I haven't watched that thing. Not Brotherhood, not the original one. I feel like I should have. Oh, there's another growth here. Ew, gross. Anyway, I'm going in. What is his name? Eric Alfonso. More growth, I'll take it. I am never feeding you that thing, however. It's Eric something, isn't it? Eric... I don't think it's Alfonso, but I'm close. Let's feed mom flesh. Oh god, really? Why don't you feed her yourself? Oh, right, the bulbous growth. How many of these squirming things here? If I found another one here, that makes 3 at least. Oh, it has a face! I just saw that. It has like a little face in front of it. It's kinda cute actually. In hindsight, it's kinda cute. It doesn't look super grotesque. Oh yeah, these are all 3 of it. Alphonse is a brother's name. Oh, right. It's not like, oh yeah. It's, oh, okay. It's not, Eric Alphonse. It's like 2 different people. Oh, is that like the big guy with a really like small boy voice? Alphonse, I think. The one with the cool... Oh, mushroom. Your shroom. Symbol and meaning, huh? We are busting out the philosophy workbook tonight. Right, Grandpa, let's take a good look at you. Adrian told me you have a face now. Iron rich meal like meat? I don't know. I'm not following that one. I don't know. Can you talk? No response. Grandpa is not looking this way, and the camera is really zoomed in. That's not generally a good sign. Let's check our kitchen. Jackfruit, okay. I hope you could like find a hammer or nails and just put those nails inside the food. Bar soap. I cannot keep making him vomit stuff. I think he's gonna die eventually. But fuck it. Look, I'll let you eat one meat. How does that sound, Grandpa? Vomit once for me and then I'll eat you exactly... I'll let you eat one of the flesh bud. Just one, however. I always clean this thing, but there's always nothing here. No shock. But I like it when things are clean, so I'm gonna keep doing that. Might not seems like it, but your Paul Dandy here is at least just a little bit hygienic about things. Neat and tidy is the way to go. For the most part. Right, let's save and torture this bad boy. Oh, it is. Oh my god, it is fakely human now. Yeah, you could see like the legs, the torso, the head. Oh no, he's hot? I mean, honestly, if I found this guy in the middle of the street and not something that I grew in my basement, with my grandpa in mind, I could find it hot, but right now not quite, I don't think so. Right, Grandpa, let's talk about symbol and meaning. Okay, I was a little bit worried, but I still couldn't see your face, so that's good. You are learning so fast. Goodness. Right, symbol, say it. That's good. That ball at the end is really good. There appears to be nothing written here, or if there was, it was thoroughly erased. Why? I wanna know. Right, one more word, Grandpa, you got these. These nuts. Oh, he can make like an O very clearly now with that lips. Even if there's no O in meaning, he made that lips earlier. You're getting there. I don't think it's as good as symbol. I think you said symbol a little bit better than this one, but great job, Grandpa. You're doing great. We further delve into abstraction with whiskers, partially, or perhaps for the most part, for the purpose of determining the origin of its recollections that precedes its death. Dr. Hart has begun to theorize that in process of death, the structure of whiskers is compressed back into the morpholectic nucleus, and then later, upon re-establishing the nerve netting that is laced through its spines, is slowly reassembled and redeployed as needed. I do not think this is the case, for I can plainly see that for growth cycles in which whiskers is not receiving our pronunciation and vocabulary lessons, that its capacity general for comprehending its environment is greatly comprehending its environment is greatly diminished. And in the simulated conversations we carry out, Whiskers struggles greatly or else does not participate. In any case, we will press on with our lessons and heed Dr. Hart's caution regarding terminating the growth cycle before Whisker's allotted growth time passes. Or if it appears to be becoming just a little too competent at appearing human. Alright, Grandpa, time to feed. Time to vomit once. Just once. Not too much. It'll be fine. You'll be fine. Yum yum. Yummy yummy. Bar soap. I made you vomit so much. I'm actually just a little bit sorry. It is so sad. It whines. Oh no. This thing is manipulating me. They want to make me feel bad. Oh, I could go to that one corner of the room there. Okay, Grandpa, I'm gonna feed you, but right now I have to check the basement corner. That's kind of spooky. More dolls. Alchemy. Oh, this is long. Okay. On the virtue of the prison when dealing with devils, seen or unseen. These splendors and terrors of God's creation inhabit the world of both seen and unseen, and just as one will not grapple with a lion lest they be a fool, one will not approach a being of the mind or ether without foreknowledge thereof. There are beings with no form, hiding between towering columns of air and only appearing by slipping into the heart of mind or mind of evil and unclean man. But still are there more beings which straddle the realm between the seen and unseen, creatures feeling through the air to see the heart or mind of men. It is only by God's grace and his angels, every single one of Yam's works always have this like almost cultish Christian element to it. His angels and servants crushing these beings under heel that a magician might compel them to the magician's will, and so a magician must be perfectly clear and unerring in intent and ritual granted to us by God, or else the devils, seen or unseen, will devour them, that being their nature. On the nourishing of devils of a particular type, certain devils of a particular nature are nourished by the element of fire, others by attention and prayer given to their idols, still others by stranger and more obscure means. By God's grace, the requirement for nourishing a devil as part of a contract only requires a token of these givings, that is, a symbol. If a devil hungers after flesh and would strip a man to his bones in its devouring, the devil's hungers and nature which thirsts for flesh can be held in abeyance in the ritual act of giving blood in only a few drops. However, the contract must be completed in full, for if the magician errs and does not provide in the devil instruction and guidance, the devil, once abjured to do no harm upon the magician, will return to its devouring nature. I get it, I don't. We could try to open this. I don't think we should, but we could. We could. We don't know what's inside, but we could. Let me check my notes for a bit. I don't think I'm gonna like glue my mom back together. You can feed them blood instead of flesh? I guess so, but we don't exactly have blood, don't we? Little Adrienne here doesn't know how to extract blood. Maybe she does, I'm not sure. Right now, I wanna look at... Not that one. That one scares me. This one. Three two three 245. 323 245. Should I open it? Not, I don't think so, but I will. Two, 4, 5. There's nothing in it. It's just ash. Oh. A photo of your father as a young man. Your father looks amazing. What the hell? Oh, I could make a doll of my dad. Oh, there's 2 paper dolls too. Ooh, I'm tempted. Something tells me I shouldn't. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. We've saved a lot of things. We could do it later. Right now, I'm gonna feed him something and see if he's willing to talk anytime soon. Alright, I gotta feed you 3 times. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna let you sniff this. Oh, no, 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 no. You really want that. Palatable. How about jackfruit? Palatable, okay. We're gonna go from the least enticing first. Let's eat this. Can you not, can you cut yourself? God, I don't know. I could try. Right, eat, Grandpa. And here's the last one. I really want to try to avoid a super fucked up grandpa, at least for this run. Assuming there's different endings. I don't think I could now. I couldn't click these things. Interactable items you could click at any given time. My grandpa, do you want to talk to me? Communication is important. No response. Will you ever talk to me? I don't think so. Maybe next week. This is the last week in which the regular growth cycle of whiskers is usually stopped. Around the end of the 4th week, I'd assume the researchers initially exterminate this thing to in like an attempt to regress its growth cycle. They exterminate this thing by the end of week 4. So week 5 is completely unexplored territory. Should be interesting. Should be the last week. This game is way longer than I thought. Oh. Who could that be? Come in. Ah, Adrian, good to see you. Aren't you a little early? No matter, I suppose I have some time now. How have you been doing? How is your grandpa doing? That's why I wanted to talk to you. Something happened. I hope this is grandpa. Oh, wait, no, I hope this is actually Adrian. Oh? What happened? Nothing bad, I hope. No, 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 nothing bad. Just, different, I think. Maybe even good. Well, I'll tell you about it. Well, last night something woke me up. There was this noise at first. It was like it came from the walls, like I could hear it from my bedroom, but there was something else. Something calling. I could hear it just barely. I was afraid of somehow Grandpa hurt himself. I had to go find out. I went downstairs and the place where I first found Grandpa, or what I grew him with, it was open. Do you remember how I told you about the fan in the ceiling behind the bars? I was thinking he had climbed up into it. he had gotten so big he could have done that. Maybe he had gotten trapped somehow in the vent. I had to go see. Oh my god! I got inside. I heard the calling again. More clearly this time. Grandpa was definitely in the fence somewhere. I could feel him hearing my thoughts. I got that weird feeling, a sense in the air. I had to go forward. Oh, Jesus fucking... Okay, fine. As I move in closer, the fan had stuff in it. The kind of slimy, hairy stuff Grandpa would leave around a lot. He was definitely close. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Something was there at the end. But it wasn't Grandpa. It looked maybe like he had made it through. It was slumped in the corner. He had a weird mouth and oh my god, it's an Eraserhead baby. It's the baby. It had its lungs on the outside and drew in just enough air to call out. And then it just stopped. Stopped breathing. And then something was hanging over me. Grandpa? And then I woke up in my bed. Oh, wait. Are you noticing something here? Her face. In your bed. Adrian, it sounds like it was just quite a dreadful dream. Are you alright, by the way? Your face is twitching, like you're about to have a violent sneeze. And I'm fine. It's just Grandpa, you see. It took me a little while to figure out, but... Later, when I was brushing my teeth, I saw one of Grandpa's whiskers poking just out of the space under my eye. And I started to remember how in the fan he hid inside of me. It was so fast I could barely remember, but soon I started to feel him sliding around in my head. Behind my forehead and behind my eyes and nose. It doesn't hurt at all, it's just ticklish. I'm glad I can be with him. Oh, I can feel him now. I think he wants to meet you, but part of him is moving down my arm. Ooh. I'm starting to get worried, Adrian. You really should not be twitching like this. I should walk you to the nurse office. Come on, let's go. You should really meet him. I've told you so much about him here. What are you doing, Adrian? You're starting to look very ill. But please, just wait. Just stay still. It's gathering, waiting at my fingertips. Oh, Jesus. Why do you look like that? You don't have to be afraid. Look. Oh, loading. What's it loading? For what purpose? Is it like a jump scare loading? Is it like the house too? Is it? Oh. Okay, there are two endings in... Okay, we failed. Hell, fuck. Okay, yeah, no. We have to make Grandpa fuck up. Redo this. We have to make him fuck up. Well, it's like Phantom. No, it's not like Phantom. Phantom is immensely sexy and filled with homosexual subtext. This is just Grandpa. Oh, this is a Patreons, I think. Good for you. But I wanna do it again. Alright, I wonder if we could... I don't know. Do we have to start from the beginning or can I continue? And let's see. Let's continue. Let's make the dolls. Okay. Maybe there's something I could do with this. I want the other ending. So that's one. Not the cool ending. It's not the fuck up ending. Grandpa is lame. He hasn't seen any other face aside from Adrian's. He's been fed vegan diet, in which there's nothing wrong about it, but not a demon would eat. I don't think so. No? Okay, I think we have to start at the beginning. Come on. Alright, we'll do one more run of this game. Now I'm gonna speed run it for the fuck up ending, okay? No, I got it. I'm gonna skip everything and then I'm just gonna like try my best to make sure Grandpa is fucked up and fed as much poison and meat as possible. I've read all this to a degree that I keep forgetting that Adrian's looks like that. It always jump scared me a little. Oh, I'm gonna okay. The game is not as grotesque as I thought. So I actually had like a bread with me when I started like streaming, but I've been a little bit what's the word? I've been neglecting it a little bit in fear that the game might be a little bit more gross than I anticipated, but so far it's been tolerable for me. So let me grab my bread for a bit. My model will look fucked up. Don't panic, it's supposed to happen. It's either gonna look fucked up or it's gonna immediately look at the camera, in which I could promise you that I think positive is not haunted, I think. I got bread. So I hope you don't mind me continuing this game while I chew just a little bit. You can see me chewing. I'm a little bit hungry, if it's not obvious. Okay, so meat and like mother's dolls. I'll keep it in mind. We've read all of these. I don't know if we have to read this again, but oh, we do need the clue though, so we should take all of these. Let's glue Grandpa together. Blah blah blah. And then the next week, I think it's actually the next day, Grandpa got together and 2, 3, 4. So technically speaking, we're only playing 3 weeks in total. It kind of reminds me of that one Silent Hill point and click. What? Oh, is it the one on like the phone? Or is it not? What's up? I know there's like a Silent Hill game on the phone that's kind of like a point and click and novel-ish game, but my mind eludes me, my memory eludes me. The phone one, okay, shit. I have memories of that one, I actually do. At the time, I couldn't exactly read English quite fluently, but I don't remember someone's Motorola phone having that game. I don't understand anything, and it was exceedingly easy to get a game over, I think. I'm still chewing. Excuse me. Oh god, chew. Excuse me if I'm not talking about anything for quite some time. I am hard at work, munching and mangling this bread. Alright, grandpa. Yum, yum. Let's fuck you up. Big time. Okay, I'm gonna have to remember which of these do I have to. I'm just gonna clean everything. I forgot which is where, so I'm just gonna clean everything every day. It's gonna look a little annoying, but I wish I remember where things are. Also, I finish my bread. I'm not sure. This is super popular in Indonesia. Think of it as like an Indonesian melon pan. It's not melon pan, but it has the same kind of popularity. So this is probably one of the most commonly bought bread in malls or like shopping places. I don't know if there's an actual name for it. There is a brand name for it, but there's no actual name for the products itself. I don't think so, or at least not one that's widely accepted to be the bread's name. But we just call it roti boy here. Roti boy. Roti means bread. Boy means, well, boy. It is essentially, they have like some other products, but their signature item is like a fairy like bun. But it's like a relatively light bun, which is for the most part kinda hollow on the inside, filled with, not filled, layered with margarine. So it's like, I don't know how to. I'm trying to make like an easier example, but it's like a pretty hollow bread. The hollow part is still hollow. It's not really filled with cream or anything, but the inner linings, the stomach lining, there's probably way less gross way to describe it. But the inner linings of the hollow like spot in the inside of it is it's lined with margarine, and then on the outside is like specifically the top side is it's like a very thin crust of I would say biscuit, but it is very thin. In that way, I guess you could kind of compare it with a melon pan. It is a very thin layer of biscuit that is for the most part mocha tasting. It tastes like coffee. It's sweet, but there is an unmistakable smell of coffee on it. It is so good. Pretty cheap too for the most part. Roti boy, yes. Ini roti O sih. Kayak apa knockoffnya, but it's still good. I still like it. They taste the same. I don't care. I think Roti O has successfully stole their recipe, and I don't care. They both taste good. Whenever I see them, I could not help but to buy at least one. Ooh, hiccups. But specifically, like, especially because they're popular, it is the one thing that kept me away from buying it sometimes, because there is just a queue in front of it sometimes. Because every single moms that goes to a mall would have, like, if they have to bring anything at all to their family, it's gonna be that. If they have to pick one thing, it's gonna be Roti Boy. And if I am at an hour in which, like, every moms are going home and is buying their child a Roti Boy, I'm just gonna have to sit it out and look for some other meals or snacks to have. God, I forgot how much trash is in these cabinets. It's okay, Grandpa. I am dedicated. I am so stoked to fuck you up. This trash will not stop me. What else? Oh, kitchen, right. I gotta make you thumb it though. Sorry, I need the knife. Scissor? Scissor. Okay, I was planning to play another one of Yame's game today. But, okay, I'm gonna look real quick on how long the game actually is after I finish with this one, with this playthrough. But if it's longer than, say, 10 or 5 minutes, I think I'll have to save it for another day, which is kind of a shame. Can we immediately put Mom's face on that thing? Also, I can definitely hear my cat outside. At least one of them. Rummaging through, running around. Wonder what she's doing. God, this is a lot of trash. Jesus. Crimes, I would not be surprised. My cat has been, one of my cat has been completely in love with disrupting me. Whenever I hop on my bed, I don't know why exactly and what makes her act like this way, but whenever I audibly hop on my bed, which isn't too hard to do because my bed spring is not super good and it makes a lot of noises. Like, my bed frame is not super sturdy, so whenever I hop onto my bed, it makes a lot of noises, in which is usually a green light for one of my cat to just run here and immediately get on top of my PC. Or at least PC table. One of the worst thing that happened with this was way back then when I was rigging Kairula Aki is like my VTuber child, so far my only one. When I was rigging her, there was a time where I haven't saved, and my charger is like far away from my PC right now. So I went to my bed to charge, hop on it for a bit. My cat ran in, like she wants to hop on my table, and she did it in like a two-step fashion. She hopped from the floor to the PC to my table. On the second step, she stepped on the power button, and immediately, she is rather small, so her paws perfectly fits the power button. So that fast, she jumped on top of my table, through my PC, completely shuts down my PC, and I lost a fair amount of progress on my VTuber rigging. I was a little bit upset then, but now it's just funny. And it is indeed, the cat that I was talking about is indeed the one on my chat. That is her. That's the type of fear that makes people turn on autosave every 60 seconds on yes, which at least at the time of my rigging was not a feature in Live 2D Cubism. Maybe it is now, I don't know, I haven't really done anything lately. I believe it's a thing in like CSP maybe? Oh no, it's a thing in the, whatchamacallit, the expensive thing, the iPad thing. Whatever the one application on iPad, is it Procreate? No, I think Procreate is also on Windows. One of those things just save everything. I forgot which one. At any given time, it's always safe. Alright, let's make Grandpa vomit. Yes! Ray! I'm growing Grandpa! You should probably look away, it's kinda gross. But yes, let me drink and let me try, let me drink and let me try to give you like a quick explanation of the game thus far. I've actually completed the game once. I got the lame ending. I want to get the fuck up ending, so I'm kind of like doing it again. So I'm gonna prepare some food for Grandpa. But essentially speaking, we are playing as Adrienne. She is not living in a very good home and was scolded by her mother, parents, which were both fighting to go to the basement and clean something. So she did. In the basement, she found an organism and some magic books. Things of like, it was her grandpa's belonging. There's a lot of hard words in these books and notes, but what she took away from it is that, hey, if we, with enough desire, this thing that we found in the middle of a step plane will be able to turn into something else. And the very first thing she did, God bless her, is that I miss my grandpa, so I'm gonna wish for him. And now Grandpa is growing very slowly. This is week 2 and she it doesn't look like Grandpa just yet. I have to be completely honest with you. We're trying our best. We're gonna make Grandpa say hello. It looks creepy, as it should. And I am well aware that you are not the biggest fan of creepy things. This is not even the funny kind of creepy, this is just creepy. So if you were to look away, I wouldn't blame you. I think this is very fascinating. The visual on this game is something else. Even if anything, like everything else is a little bit hard to digest, at least I hope you could a little bit appreciate the visuals going on with this game. Even if you could barely see it, you could just kind of see a little slit of a mouth there. I'm in the dark and small screen, I don't know what's happening. Well, right now we are teaching Grandpa how to say hello. He's doing his best. This is notes that I have read, sadly, so I'll keep going. Right, Grandpa. Time to say Grandpa. That's a mouth. Look, you couldn't see it right now, but I'm gonna make him speak, and then you'll see that it's gonna like wriggle and write like a sideway mouth. Whoa. It's trying its best. I don't know why he's making that mouth. There is no O in Grandpa. I have no idea what does a tuyul's mouth looks like, and I don't think I want to know. Why do you know that? Who told you that? I don't think that's the case. Fun fact, when I was a child, I had a piggy bank in which I regularly put in a lot of 100Ks and 10Ks and 20K. And after like a solid year of me filling that thing up, when I broke it in two, I could hardly find any 100K rupees in it. No, I'm not gonna say ghosts exist. I'm not gonna go ahead and say that I firmly believe in tuyuls and ghosts and jinns and demons or something. But I'd like to say I'm not gonna fuck around and find out personally. What would Grandpa look like at the end, by the way? On the first ending, he kinda looks like a very tall humanoid figure. For the Mars, it kinda looks like a normal humanoid figure, but the neck is really thick and the face is barely there. You could only see the slit mouth. And then there's like a lot of little tapes kinda like floating from inside of him. I don't know. This organism is, what do you call it? Its original shape is actually, it's kind of like a sea urchin that keeps growing, but it only wants to grow in a container. And then whatever it grows to be depends on the individual around this organism. If the individual around them thinks a lot about certain individual or other well, a character really, is gonna try its best to mimic whatever these people are thinking within his zone. It is horror, but it's a little bit Yames being the developer here, is like a pretty specific kind of horror in which a lot of it, I don't know, a lot of horror feels like it's trying to shy away from you knowing too much about the creature. But Yames, it feels like whenever you go into one of his games, you don't know the creature, but you want to know, you're excited to know about it, which I think is kind of refreshing. Because I feel like in a lot of horror media, when they tell you everything about it, it doesn't come from a place of excitement. It comes from a place of moral obligation to tell the viewers, hey, these are the ghosts that you're dealing with. It does this, it does that. I know it's boring, but we want to tell you everything. This right here, the MC wants to know about what will happen. So on one part, it is disturbing, it is horrifying, but on another part, it is just the excitement of learning, even if it's learning fuck up things like growing my grandpa in the basement. It's not unlike Subnautica, I just like learning. Oh, hello, grandpa. Oh, okay, let's not look at you again. Oh, it's also, well, I guess not really. It's a little bit more tutorially, but I was about to compare it with, holy shit, buy followers, primes, and viewers on Mistrim store. Hey, what if I kill you? How does that sound, huh? Grandpa's gonna vomit. Sorry, Grandpa. If in case you don't know what happened, is that I filled a banana with a battery and kind of forced him to eat it. I don't feel good about it, but I need the thing in his stomach, which is a key, which leads to this. Now this I haven't done. I don't know what will happen here. This is a picture of our mom, probably a memorabilia of the late grandfather. She's still alive, by the way. I'm not sure where, but she's still alive. What we're gonna do is we combine the two together. And that's not creepy at all. And if Grandpa is in a good mood, hopefully he'll be delighted to see this. Not interested, okay. Let's just make him eat things. I guess there's not much I could do right now. Maybe tomorrow. Next week, we could start feeding you meat and all that. You like meat, don't you? I like meat. I think this is the first time I've seen a bot in Benoit's chat in a while. I think every 2 or 3 streams there's at least one, like just one at the very least. They are nowhere near as rampant as it was. Which, on one part I'm happy, on second part it makes me worried. Because way back then, most of the bots are created like in a mass amount, right? They have like John 11111, John 2222222. But these days, bots has been having real names, which I think most of these bots are results of phishing or like hacking, which is a little bit more heartbreaking because whenever I see this bot's name, they have a real profile picture, they have a real, not botty name, and whenever I see them, I feel like just a little bit sad. This was someone's account, probably. Was someone's account. Alright, are you in a good mood? Wanna see Mother? No? Ooh. We haven't talked to him. The inner grandpa, though still not fully formed, is revealed. It may be fruitful to speak with it, if it can respond. I have never seen this. Hello, grandpa. Ask about wish. I have never seen this. Mother? Ah, will. Father? New live. Out of the air. The dark, spiny filaments that make up the majority of Grandpa's body begin to oscillate rapidly. The air behind your eyes. I can taste it. The music is so good, what? Yo, the music in the segment. That is so nice. That is so pleasant, actually. Genuinely. Skin. My body. All human skin around me. Give more. Grow more. To fit. Ask about the biohazard bin. Okay, it fails to say anything at all. That's new. I don't think we know anything. Mother doll? No? Not interested? Okay, cool. That was new. That was all completely new. Okay, cool. I assume the cutscenes will be mostly the same. Yeah, this is still the same thing. Same text, same dialogue. It's the same thing, okay. So we can just be focused on fucking up Grandpa more than anything. Now I'm trying to remember where I kept the... what's it called? Oh yeah, it's a potato. The potato was what I was looking for. Because we need to feed him the fiberglass filament. And teach him some other words. And feed him some meat. All of these we shall do in due time. Alright, I'm excited. That whole conversation with Grandpa is new, completely new. I think it was also accessible in the first one, in my first playthrough. I just completely missed it. Okay, cool, cool. What's next? Kiwi, that's cool. We're gonna focus on giving him meat. I'm not sure how much, but as long as he's delighted, it should be fine. I need to make him happy for him to eat, for him to be interested in the paper dolls, I think. I honestly don't know if this is necessary, but I don't want to miss anything. Never liked this one. The doll cabinet. Not a big fan. Not a little bit. Okay, have I examined? No, I have. Okay. Right, you. Let's make you vomit. I'm not inclined to believe there's anything new in the file cabinets, but maybe I'm wrong. Even if I'm, like, correct about it, I still want this place to be tidy, if possible. It's all the same. Right, let's look at the biohazard node. Because I clearly forgot about that one. Wait, I don't think I've taken it. Hold up, hold up. No, I have. Wait, it should be here then. Somewhere. Termination. 323245. I don't... Yeah, there's only 2 endings. At least the game mentioned that. If there's a third one, it's gotta be really hidden. Berries. Pears. First thing first, we are gonna poison Grandpa. Right, Grandpa, open wide. Choo-choo train coming. Here's an airplane. It's filled with batteries. Open wide. Here comes an airplane. Car battery. Right, really sorry for that, but I do need a scissor. I'll be right back. You'll be eating better food. Hopefully. I'll take that. Thank you very much. The bulbous growth number 1. Let's find the baby jump scare. Easy does it. Ever so slowly. There you are. I'm still not sure what to make of it, to be completely honest. I need it for something, but I'm not quite sure what exactly. If I'm correct, I think I need it to fix his mood, so he would look at the paper dolls I've made. Because he's gotta be really interested to look at the paper dolls. containing the face of my mom and my dad. At least tomorrow it will have the face of my dad. Right now it's just me. Right now it's just my mom. Adrian's mom. I believe there was like one more bulbous growth that I think I'm missing. I guess it's not around here. Well, whatever. Right now, let's teach you some words and then we'll go somewhere else. First thing first, words. You are learning so fast on this one. Like, supremely fast. That was super fast. You're still really bad at saying life. But I do believe your pronunciation, if I recall correctly, of indecision was pretty damn good. I think. Do your best, Grandpa. You're almost there. So close now. O-N-O. That is so good. That is easily, so far, his best pronunciation. Alright, can you talk to me? No response. Okay, what does that mean? Mother doll, no response. Let's make him, a little bit more happy, shall we? I'm gonna give you a... No. Let's give you a kiwi. First and foremost. Indifferent, okay. I'm still gonna let you eat the thing. Neutral. No. I want you to be happy. I want you to be excited for something. Indifferent. Wait. I wanna see just how much meal could I give you. 1 more, 2 more, 3 meals. Oh, after feeding it once, it would love to communicate. Okay. Grandpa accedes to your requests. It approaches the bars and begins to unknit its skin. Will it look different? It is the second week. Oh, it is slightly bigger, yeah, I think. Oh, I could see the face. Okay. Yeah, you could definitely see the little eyes, the nose. One eye is more bloated than the other one. The jaw. Hunger is not enough. On the walls of the cave, the Auroch can be hunger transformed. The sire is fulfilled by pain. Your grandpa doesn't have the right words right now. I can only say I love you. Oh wait, that got me. Thank you, fleshy thing that pretends to be my grandpa. Love is not enough though. Desire is not enough. Project it outwards. Make it true to yourself, if only in symbol, then it will be enough. For me and for you. Oh, what a gentle creature, until he kills me very soon, but right now he's gentle. Something to grow in. My skin is not a dull skin. My skin is not like your skin either. I can still feel your eyes on me inside. My shell. I have many eyes to see, but I don't need them as much as I need your eyes with which I can understand as seeing me. Oh, right. Right, okay, I get it. So, on a basic sense level, he can, I guess he's got many eyes to see. But most importantly is that he needs our eyes or any other individual eyes. Not literally. I meant like the way other living being perceive the world is this thing's main interest. Because whatever it shows, whatever it decides to, whatever replica of like people's brain that is got going on in his own brain. It fully depends on other people perspective. There is a cycle of attention. You give me myself, but I am still not that. Slowly I form a human shape, and you see me more as human, and I become that. They kept putting me in a box, sleeping and then set alike, and then in a box in the corner, in the darkness. Most of you couldn't read then. The scribe came and wrote what everyone said. They wrote on strips of bark with thin reeds. No, it was not that. It was a paper posted somewhere. It had words to open the box. I was half dead in the box. The part of me that dies was put there for a long time. That part of me and other things they threw in a refuse pile, papers they discarded. Language. Grandpa is old. My life were easier before I made myself to speak and before you made clothes to wear and rules to obey. Your grandpa remembers. I have learned much in many life and deaths. Keep speaking with me. I love talking with you and learning from you. And it helps your grandpa so much. Soon I will be everything you would like me to be. Yeah, how about the little friends outside? The little ones, they grew like seeds of my skin. Worms fall of my body. Thoughts falling off of me. Dreams put there by others. When I was under the ground, I made only very few. Shepherds walked through the grave and I saw them lusting for their wife, and my skin made their loving faces. I called them out in the darkness with their love voice. One by one I took their shapes in their skin and blood. That was a time ago, before stone buildings, before the orders of angels and words and symbols. I'm sorry, Grandpa is thinking, but there's a little leftovers from others too. I am still so hungry for flesh. Part of me is. I would even eat one of them that fell off of me. I can't help it. They grow off of me. They fall off and grow in the dark. Grow around me. Goodbye, Grandpa. Have a good one. You are never interested in my mother, are you? That are one of the sentences that you should probably never say to other people, but within the context of the game right now, it is appropriate to a degree. I'm gonna give you one regular food and one meat. How does that sound? Oh, here's a good one. Oh. Flash. You like it? The meal appears to have been particularly well received. Your offering of flesh stirs something within Grandpa. From within the folds of its body, a wiry, proboscis-like appendage begins to emerge. It may be worth taking a look at this after the feeding. Proboscis? Oh, I would like to... Wait, how do you look like now? I don't see it. You motion to Grandpa to approach and point to the thin protuberance. Grandpa suddenly ambles closer to the bars and fully extends it towards you. Oh, it's like little hands. There appears to be one more thing you must give, if only for the sake of prosperity. I don't know. Glue? I'm not sure what to give you, honestly. Meat? Lettuce? I don't know. I'll think about it, but right now, do you want to see my mom? Wait, I want to talk about the proboscis. Ah, the sloshing noises, not a big fan. But the rest, very good, very nice. Yeah, what's the deal with that, Grandpa? Yes, that is part like a tongue. I was lost in the mountains and so thirsty. I was walking up a hill and found a lamp and drank from it with my tongue, and I fell asleep for a long time. I woke up as a half-formed child. I had died before. My grieving mother had remade me. We had made a contract and she completed it. I do not remember more. I see. You're never interested in that thing. What do I do? What can I do about this? I wonder. Well, there's not much else we could do right now. That's kinda sad. Kinda. I feel like on one part we shouldn't have sympathies for things like these. It's like I'm growing affection towards the alien from the thing. But I don't know. It's not my fault that this thing remembers so much and is very eloquent about his past life. It is not my fault that I feel bad for him. Maybe it is. I don't know. Whatever. Last week. Let's do our best. Oh, I still got some coffee left. Give me a bit. Might as well. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Right, we have to find at least 2 more vocabularies. We have to find a way to give the paper dolls to him. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure why. The bar soap is also really important. We have to make him vomit at least 1 more time so we could get the flashlight. The bulbous growth is probably gonna be empty. Nah, this is the one that we're looking for. The last meat. Meat, meat, meat. Hello, baby? Come on, baby jump scare. Give it here. Also, a weird question because I haven't been like looking at my OBS screen. But right now, my model's eyes, is it like closing a lot? Like, because from time to time, I do recognize, I do see that in my VOD, whenever I use my model, there are a lot of times where it just goes like for the rest of the stream. How is it looking right now? Is it noise? Is it all nice and dandy? Dandy. Is it not closing like his eyes too much? His eyes got. It's like, it's like me talking to a tulpa of myself. An astral projection. Haven't noticed too much today. Okay, good. That means the settings I do has been helping it just a little bit. Cool and very nice. Good to know. Also, I asked this way earlier. It's a little bit too late for it now. But at the time, not faulting anyone, but at the time no one responded, so I'll ask again. Is the audio okay? It's a little bit too late now. I think we're at the end of the game. But I hope the audio has been okay thus far. It's been fine, got you. Jackfruit. Gee, I wonder who found that fruit for the first time. Is it John? Is it Jeff? I don't know. What a mystery. I am concealing a bar soap in an apple. So far, the only way to make a Smash player take bats. No, they wouldn't eat a goddamn apple. No, they wouldn't. What is the implication? Do Grandpa play Smash? Yu-Gi-Oh players, excuse me? I don't know what. It was an actual thing, but Yu-Gi-Oh were Yu-Gi-Oh players. I think at some point in time, like taking proper care of yourself and not smelling in like a tournament becomes an actual rulebook thing. I think I could be mistaken, but I think it's real. Because of the complaints of the earlier tourneys of people not being super hygienic on how they present themselves, I'd like to say around 2002-2003 they implemented a new rule in which not smelling is literally a rule within Yu-Gi-Oh rulebook or something. I could be mistaken. I am not the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh player, especially seeing that I just picked it up again last year or so. This year actually. But I think I am correct to a degree. First thing first, we're gonna make him vomit. We're gonna teach him words first actually. Oh wait, we're still missing one vocabulary. Wait. Oh, it's probably here. Flatbread? What? I missed that the first time. Jesus. I want that now. Oh shit. Fun fact. The Pizza Hut around here, I love pizza, but my favorite thing from the Pizza Hut, at least in my country, at least within my region, has always been the garlic flatbread. They are so nice. I love them, I think, a little bit more than older pizza. There were people who were intentionally being smelly because people would forfeit just to get away. I see. Yeah, I think I do kinda like remember that. But from a YouTube video, the source might be a little weird. The YouTube man might just be lying to me, I'm not sure. Oh, I forgot to get the Oh, I haven't made him vomit. Also, God, look at him. He's kinda cool. And he is way more humanoid now. The leg limbs have fully formed. A little bit taller than what a grandpa is probably supposed to look like. The arms is not there just yet, but for the most part, somewhat resembles grandpa. But it is only his shell. Like, that's the part here. He's not supposed to be immediately recognizable as grandpa from the outside. He kinda needs to crack it open and then well, even inside it's not really look like grandpa, but it's gonna be something that tries its best to look like grandpa. Symbol, and then the last one I believe is meaning. Meaning. Alright, you've learned a lot, you've seen a lot. Let's make you vomit! Concealed soap. Alright, let's take the flashlight. Are you finally in mood to meet my mother? Not really. Okay, cool. Very nice. Cool, cool. Right now, before I check the corner of the basement, I have to remind myself what the password is. Termination. 323245. Got you, got you. Three two three 245. It's my pop. Not pop-ups, just pop. And now where things gets a little bit tricky. Whatever we're gonna do now probably will or will not lead to the good ending. Not good ending, excuse me. Fuck the other ending. I don't know if it's gonna be fucked up. I don't know if it's gonna be wholesome. I highly doubt it's gonna be wholesome, but could be. I don't know. I haven't finished the game. I could be wrong. Not interested. Talk to me. No response. Cool. It's okay. I just made you vomit. You hate me. First, 3 meals. Like I'm gonna look again. 3 meals. Okay, I'm gonna save here, and I'll try my best not to overwrite on it, and then we'll just feel it from now. I'm gonna give you 1 meat. And then talk. I hope you're in a good mood after this thing. Let's talk. Are you in a good mood? Oh, look at how it sits. It is. Oh, it sits so tidy, so nice, so neatly. An esteemed, distinguished gentleman. Let's talk. Alright. How is he gonna look like after 4 weeks? Oh, you remind me a lot of Fallout's Master, if you remember that. Gordon Walter White? My grandpa's fucking It's either Gordon Freeman or Walt. No, holy, it's Mike. It's Mike with the glasses. Grandpa loudly clears its throat before gently responding in a lucid, well-projected voice. Okay, gentle, got you. You're asking me about your wish. When you wish for me to come back, that's when I knew I would. Your desperation was strong, and your wish for your parents. Well, if you give me what I want, I'll give you what you want. You know I love you. I am for you whatever you want, and I love you just as much as you love me. But desperation and love is not enough. People deep down know they cannot get what they wish for without some transformation. There is something that sits at the root of everyone's soul that understands the separation between them and eternity. You may desire something, but you know you will not get it without some movement on your part. So it is not. This is actually really mature, aside from the fact that he's probably baiting me to give him some baby flesh. This is, if that whole context is out of here, this is a lot of actual good lessons. So it is not enough to just wish, which you know will not work. You must wish and a little more to transform your intention into something that might fructify or for desire to become reality. You're asking me about my shell. Oh, well, you see, I like to have something to grow in, something shaped like a person. It just helps to have something surrounding me when I don't have skin. My whiskers do the growing. My whiskers, yeah, you know, the hairy little things. I am a part of it and it is a part of me. However, my whiskers are what hurt you wishing for me to come back. And so they went to work in the shell you provided. The shell also helped to envision me as what you desire. You have such a nice imagination. If I weren't in my shell, you'd have my whiskers exposed and knitting together my face. That might interrupt the feedback loop of my reading your desires. Oh, I see. So the shell thing is essentially, especially in the context of young Adrian here, the MC, is to conceal the flesh being knit here. I see. And then acting upon the desires I have read, and then once again reading your reaction. We wouldn't want that interfered with. The material of the doll you put down is a good fit. It's not the most comfortable, but it's quite flexible, and thankfully my shell was able to adjust nicely to my growth. I see. So it's there to not impede. Essentially the shell is there to make the very scary thing in front of us less scary. To a degree, I think it's also scary, the ones outside. I wonder where did these materials comes from. I'm gonna assume it's all the food we've given. Morgan, hello! We're growing grandpa, look at him! It's been a week 4, you're kinda at the final week. He kinda looks like Gordon Freeman. Ah, you're asking me about the medical waste bin. I believe it's locked up. Okay, I do know the code. This is not too important. Oh, wait. Well, perhaps something they did throw trash inside from time to time. Bits of paper and so forth. I remember seeing a man who looked quite like me. His daughter had given him a photo of her new boyfriend. He threw it into the bin in disgust and joked with one of his colleagues. It may still be in there for all I know. Daughter, boyfriend. So our grandpa, which does this research, is the grandpa from our mother's side. And at the time, mother was looking into our dad right now, which at the time boyfriend. I see. Can I guess grandpa? Sure. Honestly, he might kill you at the end, but as far as I'm concerned, he is a very distinguished individual at week 4. I would love to talk to this guy. You're asking about language. Well, the more you taught me, the more I was able to learn myself by hearing what you are thinking and saying. A week ago, I could speak a little bit, but I was less of what you imagined me to be and not quite the talker I am at the moment. A part of what I am saying is, of course, made up of what you expect me to say. I think I am very comfortable being open and honest with you because I am your grandpa and I love you. And certainly, that makes a part of what I am. However, there is a part of me deeper down. The thing that created me, maybe. That undying nucleus. It is answering for me as well, and it is unaffected by whoever might shape what I become with their thoughts. I see. So there was definitely a note mentioning this, that this thing is essentially, at the end of its growth cycle, could consist of multiple personalities. Which means that I feel like a lot of these personalities, especially if surrounded by well-meaning individual, could have no ill intent. Like right now, this is the platonic ideal of my grandpa. But right now, it is still at least acting as a grandpa and is not trying to deceive anyone. Except the little nucleus part in it. The part that's been living for millennia of years that still kinda wanna eat flesh. It's there, but it is not grandpa. Ah, you're asking about my little friends. Well, yes, they come from me. They grow around me in pockets of flesh and protoplasm. Think of them like dreams, maybe. I'll explain. Have you ever had a dream that was sort of like a bunch of people, places, and events you experience all mixed together and jumbled up? It's a sorting through and disposing of the refuse of the mind. My little friends are like that, refuses, and in ridding myself of them, I am casting out the excess material I did not use in developing life forms. Anyone who comes close to me, well, they are my eyes, my nose, my skin. Their thoughts become mine and shape what I make. However, when I was alone for so long, I didn't have a lot of people near me. What you are thinking and expecting of me is shaping what I'm saying, how I'm saying it. Do you understand? And so, because I did not have enough input from my surroundings in order to put the material to use, the material falls off my body, crawls away, and usually dies. I am able to make the most of my material when someone is looking right at me, projecting who I will be, like you are now. What you are thinking and expecting of me is shaping what I'm saying, how I'm saying it. Yeah, how about your proboscis? Oh, you're asking me about my proboscis. It is just a little tube I keep to help me feed on blood. You could say it is my real mouth, but it's not really a mouth. It appeared because you fed me flesh. One of those little friends you found, I think. You feeding me flesh was a symbol, a proposition, if you will, that you wanted to hold up your end of the bargain with regards to your wish. If someone is willing to hold up to their end of the bargain and let me feed on them with my proboscis, then they can move on to the next step of the agreement, providing me symbolic instructions. I hope that cleared things up. Oh, you have another question? Oh, do I like the blood? Well, my whiskers, I believe they like the blood and the flesh. It's strange. They are me and yet they are... I don't know. I'd like to believe that's a typo, but I guess not. I was about to say that maybe it's they are me and yet they are not me. But I guess it's not a typo. T and W is so far away. I am bound to them. They control me, and technically, yes, they did make me. However, you were the one who really grew me. In some ways, those whiskers, they are me, or a part of myself, or I am a part of it. That part is much more animal-like. Whatever might happen, know that I will always love you. And because it controls me, I might not be able to act how I would like, even if I do love you. Oh, this is a little sad, especially like how it's presented right now. It is really like right now this organism feels like it's actively trying to separate itself with its more animalistic behavior. This game is very thought-provoking in some ways. I see. So what I have to do is give him... You have a proboscis, right? Okay. I have to feed you one more flesh. Let me look at how much you could eat right now, actually. 1 out of 3. Okay, I'm gonna make you eat something. Maybe a food? Maybe like... Oh, flatbread. I'm gonna make you eat flatbread and then the flesh. You like it? You like it? You love this. Wait, it's sated. What? No, I couldn't feed him the flesh now then. Wait, what? Wait, this is the last week though. What am I missing here? Oh no, did I fuck it up? Oh, I know what to do. Oh, it's feeding on my blood. No, I get it now. Oh, you're supposed to feed him flesh on the first day you could feed him flesh. And wait, no, 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 no. Wait, 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 wait. Okay, now I'm gonna. Something is amiss here. Take this thing. Grandpa's spines quickly reach out and envelop the doll before drawing back. Constructing and then offering your mother's image to Grandpa, symbolically sated by blood, instills in you a concrete sense of completion. Yeah, how about this one? No, no. Please eat the other baby. Eat the other baby. Oh, 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 he wants it. Okay, got it, got it. Got it, got it. We still got the good ending, I think. Okay, not the good ending. The ritual ending, I think, is the correct way to approach this. Here be my blood. It will receive a symbol or totem from you now, although only one per offering. Yes, I think this is what we're supposed to do. Also, Grandpa must receive both a mother and a father totem before the fulfillment of your wish is assured. Completed contract, conversation topic. Alright, alright. We're going somewhere. Hey, you still look the same at least, even after drinking my blood twice by now. Thank you so much for completing the contract. I'll definitely help you out with your parents. Just give me a little time and I'll be ready to act. I think you'll be very happy. Your grandpa is very happy too. You did it all by yourself, you know. I couldn't have helped if you I tried. I would have wait, I would have really not have liked to. Well, I did not want you to not complete the contract. I would have hated that. But do you understand why I would have had to? Maybe you don't. So much of your life are made up, and yet what comes to pass was always once a fiction. You doubt yourself and your plans before they are even begun. And you believe what is in front of you as if the essence of things was not something you put there long ago. Too much doubt can suffocate even the surest thing. Only with patience and growth and nurturing does something become what it will be, as you soon shall see. It probably means killing both of my parents, but the way he says it, I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna look at it again. I'm gonna look at this sentence again. So much of your life are made up, and yet what comes to pass. Wait, okay, let me reassess this. So much of your life are made up, and yet what comes to pass was always once a fiction. You doubt yourself and your plans before they are even begun, and you believe what is in front of you as if the essence of things was not something you put there long ago. Too much doubt can suffocate even the surest thing. Only with patience and growth and nurturing does something become what it will be. It might come from a fucking monster grandpa from my basement, but I'll keep all that to my heart. Thank you, grandpa. Thank you, fuck up monster grandpa. I love you. And I believe that should lead us to the other ending. Hopefully. I wonder what will happen. I met with Adrienne one final time in order to see if I could not reach some sort of resolution regarding her emotional trouble. In these past few weeks, according to the reports of her teachers and peers, she has shown a remarkable transformation in conduct. I would also add my voice to this consensus. It seems as if in our time together, much has changed for the better. I'm not suggesting our meetings were the sole source of her sea change. I think something has happened in her home life that has reoriented Adrienne completely. She seems to suggest as much, at least in her usually esoteric way when we last spoke. She's not twitching. Oh, she is alive in this ending. Something tells me something may have changed with Grandpa. Yes, well, something did change. I will write down her words verbatim here. I went down the stairs like I always did, but I sort of felt like something was different. My parents weren't arguing, and I felt something had changed with Grandpa too. There was a weird noise, but I wasn't afraid. It was not broken. Oh, they are remake. Oh, the organism made the parents and the oh, I get it. I, I think Grandpa had to leave, but before he left, he made my parents nice. He reached inside and changed them. That was my wish. Oh no, Grandpa is all shriveled up. Look at that shriveled Grandpa. Maybe even what I was growing wasn't really my grandpa. Grandpa left what I was growing behind. He's gone now. He moved quickly out to I don't know where, but I'll always love him. I dismissed Adrienne soon after, letting her know it was a pleasure getting to know her. Despite my apprehensiveness about the speed of the turnaround she has made, I cannot see any reason why Adrienne should be considered for further evaluation. And as a counselor for Adrienne, let it be known that I believe she is of sound mental and emotional health. I am pleased to see things turn out this way, and if I make a brief addendum, by happenstance, Mrs. Richardson bumped into the Hart family the other day while running an errand. She told me the parents were a little odd, but very pleasant, and quite clearly they adored their child. And that she had never seen Adrienne happy. Aww. Even though her face still kind of jump scared me a little bit, she's happy. Aww, that is an actually. A parent probably died, but that is a very, especially in James games, this is a way more heartwarming ending than I had anticipated. Thank you, Grandpa. That is so nice. What a game! I love that 2-bit. I don't know about you guys, but I, I'm enthralled by this whole experience. It made me think a lot more than I was expecting to. I was expecting I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna look at a lot of very hard words I could barely understand, some like technobabble mumbo jumbo, maybe some science stuff, some like theological stuff. But well, there's also those things, but I don't know. There's a lot part of this which, as far as fiction goes, isn't something that I'm all that familiar of. Again granted, maybe I just haven't read too much fiction. Maybe I just haven't consumed enough media with this kind of theme, plot, story. In a lot of media I know, a lot of these mimicry creatures have only ill intent in mind, or at least completely alien intent. Give or take, the thing, of course, will bring that back here. And that, what's it? The movie with the alien bear, what's it called? The movie with the alien bear. The one that was very heavily inspired by Strange Journey. Returnal? No, that's a game. I forgot what it's called. I forgot what the movie is called, but there's like a little bubble in which things inside of it gets their DNA spliced up. And at the... I'm not gonna be too explicit about it, but somewhere towards the ending of it has, it kinda has like a plot relevance to this game. And even that one didn't carry out the sentiment in which Grandpa here carries out. Which I would like to say that I could be wrong, but as far as popular media and franchise go, that might be some of the most original way this kind of concepts has been executed in quite some time. I could be wrong. There could be like a million books out there that completely cover something like this that I just hasn't read. But right now, as far as I'm concerned, me personally, this is the first time I've experienced this kind of story beats from this kind of like archetype, I guess, archetype of horror fiction. That felt like an Errol Stein kind. Yeah, ooh, that's really good. Yeah. It's like a Goosebumps bittersweet ending. Mostly sweet though. People in Goosebumps don't really care about their parents, do they? I feel like in a lot of the stories, their parents die, but everything else just kind of turns out better. Yeah. It kind of sounds like a Goosebumps ending. Horror with heartfelt monster endings. It's just I love this. I'm helplessly in love with this game, and I should have bought it when it's still on Twitch. Damn it! But yeah, that was so fun. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I do, and I hope you could excuse me reading the whole damn thing to you guys. I do understand that I'm not the best at talking for long periods of time, and as the stream goes on, I think my voice, my volume slowly goes awry, but for the most part, I hope you enjoy this as much as I do. Let me check one more thing. 20 minutes, it is a little long. Maybe I'll play that next time. I bought another game by James called The Well, which is apparently heavily based on a Lovecraftian short story. I would check it out, but we've been streaming for 3 hours. God damn it. If I do another 20 minutes, we'll clock at 4 hours, which I think is a little bit too much, especially considering that I've talked a lot in this stream. I've strained my throat up plenty. So I think that is that for today. I had a lot of fun. This is the sole, not the sole reason I guess lately, but when I first started streaming this kind of games, figuring out these experiences that I probably wouldn't be too interested in checking out alone while not streaming it, was at least my sole concern of why I started streaming at all. And it's so nice to see that, especially it's just it's like a little bit after my 2nd anniversary, that my love for medias, for games like these, has not dissipated at all. That was a thoroughly nice experience. Thanks for streaming. Thank you for watching, all of you. Quite a good amount of people too today. That's good. More people watching me means more people looking at this fucking game, which is the goal. But yeah, again, I've kinda sound like a broken record right now, but I hope you enjoyed this as much as I do. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you when I see you. Be well, have a good one, and I don't know. There was something in my head, but it's gone now. What a shame. Alright, I'll be taking my leave. Bye bye, have a good one, and kiss your grandpa. Even the fake one in your basement.